There's a lot.
They have all these bets.
Yeah.
I was looking through all the bets today.
There's going to be a lot of O-linemen.
I was running some bets by Nemec.
Oh, yeah. He said he's got, like, I think 1,400 units.
The guy's unbelievable.
Yeah, he makes some good money because he's a draft idiot. This is his world. Yeah.
Well, him and Lowercase.
Yeah.
Lowercase is the new Nemec.
I guess, yeah, he's obsessed.
I've talked to Nemec, and basically every bet he's told me has gotten CO, like closing line value on it. Like it's better than
he
what
gets
it
it early. Yeah.
Well, he's one of those guys that can sift through a lot of the crap early on and see where this is going. And
I will say the draft, it seems like, I don't do much on the draft, but it seems like you can get some really good deals.
Oh, 100%.
Meaning, I saw a bet, and I ran this one by Nemec. I think this was the one I ran by Nemec a couple weeks ago. And it was, I think it was like, the over-under was 6.5 ACC players first round or something like that.
Something like that.
Something to that effect.
Yeah.
It was like minus 200 or something. Mm-hmm. It is now minus 700.
Yeah. It's tough.
Because stuff crystallizes.
Yes.
So if you can see that stuff ahead of time, the draft's really kind of, I mean, it's not done, but the top picks, like all the, where you place your money, the bets, the top 10 bets, first round over-unders, that kind of thing. That stuff is kind of in place by now.
Yeah, you can, like, and if you're
teams
smart,
know what they're doing.
Teams know what they're doing. Like,
a month ago they didn't.
But you can start to take a look if you are a guy that really follows this. Let's take, I don't know. I'm trying. We'll start here at home. Let's take Dylan Thieneman, right? Dylan Thieneman was not a well-known guy.
What a motor!
Was not a well-known guy amongst general football fans. And that's what gambling is. Gambling is not for sharps. Gambling is for, lowercase. It's like, I love this guy. Came out of Purdue, was really good, comes over to Oregon, and was dynamite. But he's a white safety that didn't get a lot of hype out at Oregon. But anyone that watched and knew, that guy was a much better athlete than anyone thought. He's the big nickel that NFL teams are looking for right now. So while people had him as a second-round pick, people were like, he's a second-round guy, we'll see how high he goes. Most people in the know were like, dude, this guy is going to go to the combine. He's going to blow the doors off. People are going to dig through his tape and be like, this is a guy that could go top 15. So if you were smart, and this is like the Nemec thing, 2 months ago, you could have gone and gotten huge odds that Thieneman goes in the first round. You probably could have even gotten astronomical odds that he goes in the top 20, and now some people have him going 15 or going 12. And so that's the sort of value that you can get if you have a little more, and by the way, like, the NFL guys didn't catch up to Dylan Thieneman. The general public did. The Mel Kipers of the world started getting intel keep an eye on this guy, and then the combine happens, and that's the big reveal, where some of that's like, oh my God. Even a guy like Sonny Styles, and everyone was talking about Sonny Styles, but the general public may not have. And then the combine comes and he puts up one of the best combines ever. And now everyone's like, well, I've been on Sonny Styles. It's the best, linebacker ever. And you're like, well, 2 months ago, it wasn't that. So it's a weird thing that it's the ultimate groupthink exercise.
Well, I, for one, am excited about it. Until I'm not. Here's the, so this is chosen by Steven.
It is going to get a little weird. I think this is going to be an unpredictable one.
Here's the clip that we're going to play when we go to the podium. Mm-hmm. Okay? Is you ready?
Eyes ready.
Here it is.
Dun, dun, dun.
So we'll go to the picks live. You have to lay out when you hear this.
Oh, Tani-san.
We're going with you today.
Oh, Tani-san. Which one?
Well, I think either.
Interchangeable.
Depends on how excited I am.
Tani-san. That is true. What the pick?
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Oh, Tani-san.
This is a little less exciting.
Oh, Tani-san. Yeah, I think that's one's the first pick, and the other one's like pick 13 when it's going to be an old lineman out of Georgia, and you're like, whatever, Freely? No, Tani-san. No, go ahead.
Well, we have another developing situation today you need to keep an eye on. This is for you YouTubers.
Yeah. What's happening?
So the other day, because we're on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many people know that.
Well, about 80.
At least 89 people know that.
80 to, 110 on any given day.
So the other day you wore a Hitman shirt for Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yeah.
And the camera was placed just right with your microphone that it looked like you were wearing a Hitler sweatshirt.
a pink starred Hitler, secret Hitler sweatshirt, which I was not.
Yeah, Hitler. It looked like it said Hitler on your sweatshirt, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That you would do something like that.
It was problematic. I was like, that's not. Oh yeah, I saw the photo. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh yes.
Well, today you're wearing punts.
Yeah, in honor of I figured
get
football.
I get it, but we're gonna keep an eye on the YouTube
We're on the lookout.
In case the
in
pee
case
gets.
I can't
boy.
say what that may
I
turn
know.
into, but
Like if you see if the part of the pee gets covered up.
all we need. Oh, don't do that. Don't.
What if I just did the whole show kind of like this? You kind of just talked down as this,
Which is worse?
Oh, as bad as the punts turning into something different, maybe involving a Tuesday. The Hitler sweatshirt is
It's bad as it gets.
Yes,
huh? Could you wear a worse sweatshirt?
No.
Than Hitler?
Look, chances are I get fired either way, but I think I might be able to survive the Tuesday sweatshirt. I'm not surviving the Hitler. No one is. No.
Yeah, you're done.
I'm done.
You're out.
Yeah,
You're Jerry Jones.
I just can't wait for the meeting where Cooley calls me in and goes, did you wear a Hitler sweatshirt? Did I wear a Hitler sweatshirt?
Did I?
Well,
not on purpose.
It's a tough question.
Is that frowned upon?
I don't like the narrative that is being formed. And then you find out 6 years later I had a baby with Hitler. Look, we're burying the lead.
Whoa.
We're burying the lead.
Wait, what?
Did you?
Well, no. This is all coming up. Just calm down.
That's the story of the day.
Well, of course it is.
5 for a black. Oh, for
Goodness.
what is? Stop it.
Who is on
Whoever
the
did
controls?
that? Knock it
Dude,
off.
that was not me.
That was
that was the other guy.
It was lowercase.
Two.
All right. Okay, calm down. Hopefully your sweatshirt will not be problematic today.
I
But
just held my drink up.
no guarantees. By the way,
I kind of want to actively cover up the pee in the punts today.
ESPN
Lower.
is that
I tell you what,
How's that looking right
if
now?
you don't know that it says punts, yeah, you could. You see the UNTS and
God?
It's an UNTS sweatshirt. You can decide what the first letter is all you want.
Are we ESPN tonight? Is that the?
Yeah.
that is the plan as of now.
Well, no, I mean I'm trying to. What channel should I put it on for the draft?
Yeah, ESPN.
ESPN.
Okay, well that's what I was asking. Wow. It was very hard to get that out of you
There's
guys.
a lot of tension. Apparently, this sweatshirt has caused a lot of tension.
Jordan Tyson is really jamming me up.
Where is he going to go? The injury report? Well, he was one of the two guys. The best receiver and the best corner in this draft, or they have potential to tumble a long way due to injury concerns and poor, questionable
that's ESPN
sweatshirts.
too. Yeah, see, I like the start of the draft where it's just like showing them on the red carpet and stuff.
Oh, it's amazing. We see how many guys can blow a lot of money for no particular reason.
Oh, you mean on their wardrobes and stuff?
Yeah. That's always my favorite. Before you've ever received a dime, it's like, how much money can I blow on something that will be worth nothing in about a week? I remember when Bull wore a custom-made spider and diamond suit, and it cost more than his entire rookie contract.
Do you think he regrets it?
I would think so, yeah. Someone thought he was going in the top 10, and he took a bit of a tumble.
It's one of those things where you're only going to wear it once. It's like a wedding dress.
Yeah.
You can only wear that thing one time.
That money gets forwarded by your agent. They give you for all that. And when your first check comes, they ask for that money back. A lot of those guys are like, what? Yeah, that agent's not just giving you the $500,000 to go out and buy your diamonds in your outfit.
Blow the money there.
Yeah, you got to sign that check over. Which, by the way, is always hilarious. I've heard that a handful of times from guys. When that bill comes due, they're none too happy about it. I'm like, did you really think they just were giving you $500,000? He's like, yeah. I thought that was just a gift. No, that's not the way that works.
So the draft starts at 5.
Yeah.
We'll have the picks live. In the meantime, we're going to D off. And I'll tell you this, the Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel story.
Oh, it's amazing.
Has been fired up.
Speaking of D off.
I can't, yeah.
It has been fired up big time today.
I want her to go back and talk about the narrative that is being created again by media members. Holy
This is all us. This is not her.
It's incredible.
Dude, this is incredible. It really is.
It
has got, if you've been at work all day and you're not up on the Vrabel-Rousini thing,
get ready.
You need to stick around for our next seggy.
Yeah.
And I promise I'll get to it right when we get back. It's juicy.
It's dynamite.
So we'll get to that coming up next here on The Fan. All right. Well, before we get all dorky about football players' moxie and 40 times.
We got to hear about someone's dead mom. That's always a good one.
Yeah, we'll hear about that.
God forbid someone has like 2 loving parents and had a normal childhood. They're like, get out of here. But if someone came from like an abusive home or was adopted by like a coach, or maybe has like a aunt with cerebral palsy, boy, we'll be all over that.
Currently watching Fernando Mendoza lay it on a little too heavy.
You got the little Tim Tebow vibe. You're waiting to see if there's like a massive drug habit. He is from Miami.
No, it seems like he's legit. It's just he
nice
just
guy.
tries a little hard. Anyway, let's get to the Rousini Vrabel latest.
Speaking
and
of
it is
doing things hard.
It is quite the latest. So just a recap, Mike Vrabel is the coach of the Patriots. Diana Rousini is an NFL reporter for The Athletic, or was.
Ex-NFL reporter for The Athletic.
Owned by the New York Times.
Yeah.
She's been around a while as a reporter. It came out that they were rendezvousing together in Sedona, Arizona at some swanky couples resort, or I don't know, retreat.
Yeah, it was a little love nest.
Yeah, and then they originally, or at least she did, she said, oh, no, we were there with friends. We were just meeting up, we were there at the same time. Coincidence.
This is egregious.
Well, the Page Six people got a hold of the photos. Apparently it was a private investigator hired by her husband that snapped the photos, that caught her. And then they went and said, hey, listen, we got these photos of you. You need to show that this isn't what it seems.
Yeah.
She could not.
No.
And so they ran the photos. Okay, so that's the whole Vrabel-Rousini thing. That's where probably a lot of people, you've heard of that by now.
Sure.
Well, the latest now is that, and of course, Rousini stepped down before she could be fired. The Athletic is still investigating, but there seems to be nothing to investigate as she was just having an affair. They're both married, by the way. And so she put out this statement saying, listen, I'm just I'm stepping away because I don't want to be a distraction. It is not because I did anything wrong.
No, and she claimed that the narrative being formed was unfair and all this.
Yes. Enter today.
Can I just say real quick that it is the best but also the worst thing that's ever happened to society, that it's perfectly acceptable now when you are caught red-handed to just blame the media and go fake news. And that's become a viable strategy for people. It's pathetic.
It can work. You're right. It is pathetic. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. This whole thing is stunning. She is fascinatingly stunning to me in terms of how she goes about her business.
Yeah, she said, moreover, this media frenzy hurtling forward without regard for the review process The Athletic is trying to compete. It continues to escalate, fueled by repeated leaks that she has no interest in submitting to a public inquiry that has already caused far more damage than I'm willing to accept.
Nah.
Rather than allow this to continue, I've decided to step aside now. Again, the media's fault.
But then all the things that she was saying out, like all these old clips of her talking crap about her husband, like just on some show or podcast.
Yeah.
Like, dude, she is crazy.
Yes.
And so now, the latest today, the bombshell is, there are photos that have come out from 2020.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6 years.
Of Vrabel and Rousini getting all chummy and kissing and hugging and doing all the lovey-dovey doing it kind of stuff.
Worse than the first set of photos, and this one's just at a bar.
This is at a bar in New York City.
Yeah.
So this is 2020. Now, here's where the plot thickens. The plot thickens because in 2021, not long after this rendezvous in New York City, or around that time, Diana Rousini had a boy named Michael.
Are you kidding me? Yeah.
She then tweeted on her own Twitter account. This is in November of 2021. She tweeted, "Keep looking at my almost 4-day-old son, Michael, trying to figure out who are the best Michaels to ever play and coach in the NFL."
Can I ask a fair question? Is that Mike Vrabel's kid? Do we?
Well,
if you're the husband, one of two things: either A, every time you look at your son, you're just gonna be like, "What the hell?" Or two, you got to Maury Povich this bitch,
Jerry.
You gotta swab that sucker. You really got to.
Well, you know the internet's going to figure this out.
Yes.
So
yeah, there's going to be some side-by-sides.
It has only
Poor
just
kid.
begun.
Poor
yeah,
kid.
Exactly.
If the kid's just humongous, like Mike Vrabel.
Well, what if he's like? What if he
all
becomes
buff.
a great linebacker?
By the way,
Mike Vrabel-Rousini Jr.?
just now, TMZ has more photos of them
At a casino,
At a
yeah.
casino.
So this is from 2024. This is right after Vrabel gets fired from the Titans, and apparently he's down in Biloxi, Mississippi, at a looks like a blackjack table.
3-card poker, from what I saw.
Oh, you're right. It is 3-card poker.
Yeah,
Good eye.
I've gotten to taste that 3-card poker a time or two. Played that down to the Venetian. It's kind of fun.
I got my butt whipped to that a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody in the casinos snapped a picture of Vrabel, and this guy said he thought that the woman next to him was just his wife. He didn't know who Diana Rossini was.
Yeah.
Well, now, in light of all this, he was like, wait a minute. He scrolls back in his phone. He sees that picture of Vrabel. He's like, oh, my God, that's Diana Rossini. That's from 2024. Right after he got fired. What are they doing in Biloxi, Mississippi? They're saying maybe it has to do with the Senior Bowl.
Senior Bowl.
That was down in Mobile.
Yeah.
At any rate, that's the latest one. And that guy was able to make some money off of some old random photo that he snapped in his phone.
Also it's not done. Mike Vrabel going to rehab.
For what?
We don't really know. And by rehab, I think he's just going to go kiss his wife's ass and hopefully not get divorced.
But he's not going to miss the first 2 days of the draft.
This is my other thing that I love about this.
He's going to miss day 3.
This is like when those LSU players got suspended, and they didn't suspend them for week 1 because they played like Florida State. But they suspended them for like week 2 because that played a good game. And then they were allowed to play week 3 and then suspended them for week 4. So Vrabel comes out and says that he needs to take some time for his family. And he's gonna get therapy, which again, his wife's just gonna yell at him. I love how he's going to 1 day of therapy. And while he needs to be better to address whatever this is, even though he's not gonna say what it is, apparently he just likes to stick it to reporters. How much you want to bet, by the way? This isn't the only one. I'm waiting for the Tiger Woods situation to come out. But my favorite part about this is, while I do need help and my family comes first, I'm not going to miss the first or second day of the draft, but that third day, you know what?
I don't really care about those players.
Now my family comes first. Oh my God.
The sucky part is like Kay Adams, she's another hot reporter, but she put out a tweet today how she was stealing Ty Simpson's French fries, and everyone's just like, oh yeah, look at that. Here's the flirting thing going on again.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Well, and I'm telling you right now, like the Sean McVays of the world are sweating bullets.
It's just,
they're like,
it just stinks now because now anytime a female reporter puts anything out there, we're all going to think, oh, she's sleeping with him.
Well, we shouldn't think that.
No. But this is that gal from the USA Today that got let go. This was her whole point. I forget what her name was. This is why she was so angry. Is she says this crap right here is going to absolutely kill the credibility of all female journalists. You're sitting there trying to do a job to be an insider, and anytime you have a good relationship or you smile, you giggle, whatever, people are immediately going to go to this. And by the way, people already think enough of this because it does go on, and now this one's going to become a punchline in a meme forever. And it's been going on for 6 years.
Is she the one that was dating a football player, though?
Yeah.
So it's like, guys.
She wanted JT Daniels, and she claims that he was done with football before they ever got together.
The difference with Rossini is apparently the entire industry knew that, she was like this.
Yes.
So
okay,
we just need to be not so judgy.
Yeah.
They're not all Diana Rossini.
No.
Some are gonna be.
Yeah.
Joy Taylor turns out.
Yes.
So you don't know, but just give people the benefit of the doubt, okay?
And there is a thing in the media world that's a little bit like the cop. Like no cop wants to rat out the bad cop. And
well, yeah.
No one in the media world wants to call out female reporters or calling out people for making up sources. And yet people know all the time that people are spewing absolute horse nears, but they're like, dude, I don't want to be the one to get into some sort of fight, whatever. And they look the other way. And so that's how people get away with it. But then when something like this happens, then the wolves start to circle. And I'm guessing that, there will be more. I mean, how much keeps coming out about Vrabel and now he's taking time away? I thought he would skate. I'm not so certain anymore. I wonder. He's lucky that they were really good last year.
Well,
and they're not coming off a bad year.
We don't know what he said to his wife.
No.
Is there a chance he gets fired because of this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there is.
I think there is.
I definitely think
it's gotten that bad.
Because again, if he has said, he was smart to say kind of nothing the other day.
Yeah.
Because if he had said, it was a one-time mistake and this and that, and then photos show up 6 years prior, what did you tell your wife? Like, how did... Bro,
and were you spilling tea to Rousini? Were you there's
the news that she broke. Apparently, she broke a lot of Titans news.
She did.
So it's like, man,
we're kind of joking about he missing day 3. I actually think that's significant.
Yes,
because if your head coach is there, you don't care what he thinks.
Yeah,
and that would lead me to believe they might be looking to get rid of him.
I thought that at the beginning of this, it was like he's just gonna have to deal with his wife, and that's it. This has now crossed over, and it's not going away. And the fact that more keeps coming out, and then you have to ask yourself, is there more to this? Is it just her? Did he father the child? Are there other reporters? These things, this is why I said, a lot of these people are waiting to kind of pounce on this stuff because they know it's been going on. And again, if I'm a betting man, I think he'll survive it, but he is in more, she's done. Her career is
right.
kaput.
She's cooked her own.
Her and Joy, they're gone. They're cooked, and I bet you Mike is a little more scared than he is today.
He is today, and
I'm guessing it's not his
lucky,
decision to not be there on day 3.
He's lucky. He's good.
Yes,
because if he weren't, he'd probably already be gone.
That and you're like you said, he's lucky he did not lie in that press conference.
Yes,
the other day.
Yeah,
and it's you joked about it, but it's really sad what it's going to happen now because this boy, I don't know how old he is now. Well, I guess
6,
20,
right?
Yeah,
21.
So 6-year-old
6,
boy,
7 years old.
Michael.
There
are real questions, man.
Yeah, it's sad. And even if it's not, he's still going to have to deal with that and the dad and the fallout. And, and the fact that that's his name.
Right.
As he gets old, I mean, you just
and
don't.
And that tweet.
Yeah. This is bad. Yeah, Chrissy Freud was the girl's name, and she is laughing her ass off right now. The USA Today reporter that told Rousini to, boo-hoo, don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Now, you know what else is going to happen? So there's a lot of things that are to come here. Yeah. One is that her husband, he's going to sit down with someone. Yeah. There's going to be an interview, and buckle up. Yeah.
Where's Katie Couric when we need her?
Yeah, who's the new Katie Couric?
I don't know. Was it Savannah Guthrie or?
Well, is that the one whose mom got
Yeah, it's the
kidnapped?
one that the mom was kidnapped.
She's preoccupied.
It's going to be someone.
Oh, you know who it is? It's Gail King.
Oh, yeah.
She's like the new thing.
Yeah, get Gail. She can get back from space.
She's back.
Kissing the ground.
They didn't leave her up there.
This is
so that's it. That's the latest, guys, and it is wild. Rousini, man.
Right.
Holy. And then this text is right. How dumb is Mike Vrabel and her to some extent too, but especially Vrabel. You're out in public with her.
I know.
Like at a bar in New York City, at a casino in Mississippi.
Amen.
What are you doing, dude? You don't think somebody's gonna sniff that out?
I'm telling you, what the penis wants, there's just
no kidding. Another one goes down. It's unbelievable.
2026, the year of the coaches going down.
Yeah, I think it was Bill Burr that was talking about that. Like you need, as a man, you need a third base coach that's very conservative and whatever. But unfortunately, the third base coach is the penis, and that guy is waving you home. He's optimistic. He's not even telling you to slide. He's telling you got this, going in, standing up. That's the problem. You've got to hire a better third base coach. You can't be waving him around when the ball's at second. It's not a good idea.
I guess the one thought is, you think when you're out in public, like at a casino, it's like, oh, well, I just know Diana. Attention? Yeah, well, or I just know Diana. She's a reporter. We're in the same. But when you're kissing and hugging and holding hands, like, does he have a brain?
Your boss is Robert Kraft. Do you think Robert's sitting down with him and was like, listen, Mike,
this is what you do.
I understand, but orchids of Asia, my man. You can't be out in public. You got to take this behind closed doors.
Well, all right. Well, I've got a college football this and that. Let's look into what is it? Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
Okay.
He might be the most polarizing person in this entire draft. He's not. It's not maybe. He is.
Who knew all it took to break Alabama was little old Indiana? We'll get to that coming up next. Here is Stephen with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, some NBA injury news. Oklahoma City Thunder forward Jalen Williams, he sustained a grade 1 left hamstring strain last night. He'll be considered week to week. The Thunder beat the Suns last night. They're up 2-0 in the series, but could be a little bit of danger going forward if Jalen Williams is to miss some time. Also tonight, the Nuggets take on the Timberwolves, and the Nuggets will be without Aaron Gordon. Gordon injured his calf in Game 2 against Minnesota. He will miss Game 3 tonight. Milwaukee Bucks, they are finalizing a deal with former Grizzlies coach Taylor Jenkins to be their next head coach. BYU wing A.J. DeBonsa, he has officially announced he'll be entering the NBA draft. He is the favorite right now to go number 1 overall. Mets broke their losing streak last night, but now they're going to be without shortstop Francisco Lindor, who's on the 10-day IL with a left calf strain. NFL Draft Round 1 tonight. Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza expected to go number 1. We'll keep you updated on all the picks as they happen. And as we just talked about, Patriots coach Mike Vrabel announced that he will not be with the team for the day 3 of the draft because he will be attending counseling. Though he will be with the team for the first 2 days of the NFL Draft. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
switch. Well, my
Well,
mama
Ty
told me
Simpson
there'd be days.
is an interesting figure in tonight's draft. As a matter of fact, he's the guy that will push the bet of total quarterbacks taken in the first round to the over because it's at 1.5.
There's really no one else.
No.
I mean, it's a really bad quarterback class. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't even know after Ty Simpson, because you usually get a second, third round, guys take some flyers. I mean, I guess Nussmeier maybe goes somewhere in the third round. Someone takes a flyer on that, but this is as bad a quarterback class. I mean, that Kenny Pickett class was really bad, but Simpson's not a real first-round quarterback. Nussmeier, and then you're into like Carson Beck territory, Drew Aller. I mean, it's rough.
So the over-under on quarterbacks in the first round is 1.5, and Ty Simpson could go late first round to Arizona or maybe the Jets. Seahawks, we talked about this yesterday. Seahawks could trade back, and that would put it over. So Indiana defensive coordinator Bryant Haynes has been in the news recently because of something that Ty Simpson said.
Yeah, I saw this. He was taking a little shot
about their matchup in the Rose Bowl. Remember, Indiana beat Alabama by 35 points.
Oh, dude, they housed him.
38-3. Haynes used his social media account to call out Simpson for saying he didn't think the Hoosiers' defense was terribly complex. So Simpson was speaking on a podcast hosted by former Ohio State safety and ex-Tide teammate Caleb Downs. Indiana handed Alabama the most lopsided bowl loss in program history, while limiting their low-scoring total in a bowl game since while limiting the Tide to their lowest scoring total in a bowl game since the 1960 Blue Bonnet Bowl.
That was 3 points, by the way. They scored 3 points against the Indiana defense.
Do you care to guess what the final score of the 1960 Blue Bonnet Bowl was?
I'm going to say...
They played Texas.
I'm going to go 8.
It's a weird number.
It's going to be a weird number. I'm going to go like 8-2.
3-3.
3-3. Man.
It was a tie.
What a shootout. Hey, that was back when football was real football.
Punts, baby.
Hey, that's right. It's good old school Iowa football. 2 yards and a cloud of punts.
So Simpson was 12 of 16 for 67 yards. He ran 3 times for 17 yards, and then he left the game with a cracked rib.
Yeah.
They produced 193 yards of offense and only 23 yards on the ground.
But hey, it wasn't that complex.
So as Simpson and Downs wait to find out where they'll start their NFL career, Simpson took some time to explain what he thought happened in that game. Quote, "From my point of view, I was like, they don't do much. They do the same thing every down. So when I got the ball, I knew exactly what was going to happen. They just didn't mess up, bro. They were in the exact same spot they were supposed to be. They were so well coached. It was so much different than the SEC. In the SEC, they'll play man. They'll do these unorthodox coverages. That's kind of how it is. That game was crazy to me. Of course, I got hurt, so that was a bummer. I knew what they were going to do. We couldn't really run the ball, didn't really throw. It was just so crazy to me how it all happened." So Haynes didn't like that.
No, and I don't blame him, because you get this a lot where someone takes an old-fashioned ass whooping. Bo Nix did a little bit of this after that Georgia Oregon game, where it's like, well, play him again. And you do it wasn't you, it was us. And I didn't see anything that really spooked me. We just didn't execute. That's the master of not giving credit, really, or the backhanded compliment of, oh, they didn't mess up, but it's pretty easy.
So then Haynes, the Indiana defensive coordinator, took to social media and he said, "Adorable. We also saw everything they were doing on every single snap. It's just that we exploited those cues and didn't get frozen and crushed by them." Alabama fans pushed back against Haynes. Haynes wrote, "That's all it took to break your entire fan base? Wow. Maybe I should have just said boo. No apologies, no compliments. Grow up, folks. He had a bad take, and I said the painful truth. Bounce back better." Love this guy.
Bravo. Well, I'll tell you what, Indiana doesn't lack swagger. And no offense to Ty Simpson, but anyone calling Indiana's scheme basic, you don't. I mean, that's kind of a shocking thing. They run that 4-2-5, and dude, they make you see ghosts. They it's like what they do in the NFL, like what the Seahawks do. A lot of late rotations, show you one thing, give you another. To say that is simple, Yeah, I don't know what you were looking at. You scored 3 points. Oregon's offense looked completely flummoxed. They did it to Miami. They did it to everybody.
Well, what they did to Oregon the next game is still kind of baffling because Oregon had already seen it. So, and they still got whooped.
They in the best conference in the country, they allowed 11 points per game, and they did it without necessarily the best personnel in the country. To say that defense is simple, okay. Now, if you want to say that they do the same thing every time, which is show you one thing and then at the snap present another, I guess. But if it keeps fooling you and you don't know where to go with the ball and you keep making the wrong decision, that ceases to be simple. All of a sudden, that becomes very, very complex. That's like in boxing, be like, yeah, all he did is he just threw 2 punches. Now, I couldn't stop either one of them because I thought something else was coming. Saying that's simple.
It was Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
All he can do is knock you out. Well,
it's nothing real complex of what he does, but, I can't see.
Yeah, and the first Oregon game, Oregon got that pick 6, too. So they even, you look at the final score, it was even worse than it actually was on the scoreboard.
What was the final score of that?
They lost by
27-17, I want to say.
Yeah, because they...
And they got the pick 6.
Yeah.
Oregon did. I don't know if that's the final score, but that would be my guess.
Yeah, it's something like that. They ended up losing by
Yeah,
by
I think
scores.
Oregon only scored like 10 points against them in the first game.
Yeah.
At Autzen.
They completely. The idea that you score 3 points and you did they're not complex. Okay.
Well, Ty Simpson had pretty good...
30-20, by the way.
30-20.
That was the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, 30-20. Okay.
And so
what was the second? What was the bowl game?
Oh, way worse.
Well, I know. What was the score?
56-22.
Including a pick 6 on the very first play. Which, once again, was one of those simple defensive looks that turned out to not be so simple.
Yeah, it was pretty simple. No.
Whoops. Didn't see that guy there.
So what's interesting about Ty Simpson is he turned down a very lucrative NIL offer.
Yeah, he was saying 6.5.
$6.5 million. Where he needs to go tonight to actually get more money than that.
And he was saying that, by the way, I don't know what Alabama offered, but he's claiming Miami offered him 6.5 to go be Carson Beck's replacement.
That is next on The Fan.
Dirt and Sprague.
You got baby nuts.
We're talking about Ty Simpson. Could go first round. I don't know. We'll see.
I've seen everything from like 17 to I've seen some people that say back half of the second round.
Ooh.
You know, there's a lot of teams that are kind of in a weird no man's land. Arizona's the one that I think most I've seen tied to him, because when you look at their quarterback situation, like they have Brissett and Gardner Minshew. And so I think there's the idea of you can't go into next season unless you've been given the green light to basically just punt on the season. Like, you're one of the two worst teams in the NFL. You play in the hardest division in football. 2027 is supposed to be a really, really good quarterback draft class. So if you draft Ty Simpson, do you fall into almost the New Orleans trap of, if he's like halfway decent, you can get stuck in that middle ground where you think you have a quarterback, but you're not certain, and it wins you a couple games, but it's not quite good enough to go forward. I mean, this happens quite a bit. So I can see a scenario where Arizona just says, you know what, we'll take our lumps. We're going to be bad next year. We're going to get a top 5 pick, and we'll go that road, as opposed to wasting a second round pick on Ty Simpson.
Well, there are others. I mean, he's been linked to Pittsburgh. He's been linked to Cleveland. He's been linked to the Jets. Like, the point is, I don't know. You're more of a draft beatnik than I am by a billion, but it always seems to me quarterbacks go higher than anybody projects, because people reach for quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
Teams reach for quarterback. So Simpson will probably go in the first round, but he said he turned down $6.5 million from Miami.
It's a lot of cake, man.
Well, he claims on David Pollock's podcast, he was on Pollock's podcast, and he said that would have made him the highest paid player in college football.
Probably. I mean,
wasn't Jeremiah Smith floating $10 million out there?
Again, we talk about this all the time in college basketball and college football. I think these numbers are, these are demeasuring contests. I think they're overinflated. I don't think there's anyone in college sports making $10 million. I just don't. $6.5 million. If he wasn't the highest paid, certainly would be in the conversation. And again, we don't know if Miami really offered him $6.5 million. That's just what he's saying on a podcast. There's no way to check any of this stuff, which is why these numbers kind of get out of hand.
So if you're just looking at next season, because he said that really made him think.
Sure.
I would imagine it would.
Probably should.
It should.
Yeah.
He said he went to Saban. And Saban said, well, I'll read you Simpson's quote. He said, I actually talked to Coach Saban about this. The things he was talking about were, do you want to play football in college, or do you want to play football professionally? Yeah. And he was like, take the money out of it. Take the rounds out of it. What do you want to do next year? And without a doubt, without hesitation, I said, I want to play professional football. And he was like, well, there's your answer. Yeah. So he just wanted to go pro. But if he were to, just for next year, want to get $6.5 million in order to match what he could have gotten in college, he would have to go 7th or better in this draft because there's a rookie pay scale. So now, if for him to make $6.5 million over 4 years in the NFL, he just needs to go in the top 100, which he most certainly will.
Yeah, but there is an element. Like, if Ty Simpson falls and becomes the 32nd pick in the draft, you're looking at about $16 million if you see the end of that, right? And you probably will. Most of those are probably going to be fully guaranteed in the first round. So you're looking at 4 years, $16 million. That's about $4 million per year if you end up being the last pick in the first round. I mean, that should be enough if you're smart, whatever happens. 6.5, certainly more than that, and you would think that Ty Simpson, the idea is, why not go back, prove that you are truly a top 5 quarterback, and then you're signing, a $45 million guaranteed contract,
right?
And you're really setting yourself up.
He cost himself money.
I do. I think he cost himself money. The other one, he claims that this is just about professional football. I wonder, and this is just me purely speculating, I wonder if deep down there wasn't a fear of next year's class and getting picked apart. You know, we see this a lot. We used to see this a lot with college basketball players. The longer you stay, it doesn't end up being good for you. It ends up being worse for you. So you can look at Ty Simpson, who had about 6 good games at Alabama, and then there was some stuff that didn't look so pretty. But you can go on, well, he hasn't played a lot and there's a lot of potential and he's got the skill set or whatever. You go into next year, Carson Beck was this way. Had Carson Beck come out a year and a half before, he would have been in a better situation.
Drew Aller, Clay Kubnik, Garrett Nussmeier, every other quarterback in this draft besides Mendoza has that questionable.
And so I wonder if Ty Simpson looked at this and was like, man, I don't know. I don't know what I'm at. I've only started 15 games and not all those look great. And I'm going to have to go to maybe a new situation. I might not be the starting quarterback at Alabama next year. They have that Ty Mack guy. So I'm going to Miami, new system. I don't know. I don't know if they have everything coming back. All of a sudden I go there. Do I become Carson Beck? And so maybe I get out now while the getting's good. And I can be the second quarterback taken. Because there's a real good chance that if the quarterback class develops the way people think it will, which is no guarantee, that Ty Simpson may end up being the fourth or fifth quarterback next year. And so I think there's more calculated risk in this than just, well, I wanted legacy. I didn't want to go someplace else. Just the idea that he wasn't guaranteed the starting job at Alabama should maybe be a little bit of an indicator that this isn't the guy that you hitch your wagon to if you're an NFL team and say, well, for sure. You know, if you want to take a flyer on him in the second round, fine. But to me, drafting him in the teens or getting up into the 20s and giving up capital to go get Ty Simpson, when every statistic as far as starts go tells you that he's going to have to be a Cam Newton-like outlier of outliers, I don't get where the Dan Orlovskis of the world look at him and say, that's the outlier of outliers where you ignore everything else. I mean, Dan Orlovsky literally had the guts to come out and say that if he doesn't go in the first round, the way we evaluate quarterbacks is wrong. You want to talk about a pompous take? If you don't see things the way I see things, then the entire system is wrong. Jeeves, Dan.
He likes Ty.
You like Tyson, or do you?
Probably got a check to say that.
I'm wondering. Like, that's some weird Agent Mel Kiper stuff. I mean, come on.
Well, I don't know. Do the Alabama quarterbacks, like, doesn't Bartu always say they get buoyed by the talent around them?
Yes.
They're never as good as people think because of that. Tua was fine. Hurts is good.
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, he won a Super Bowl, but he's,
Jones, yeah, he kind of falls right into that category.
Again, if you don't make a bunch of starts, the only real two examples of success stories are Kyler Murray, if you count that as a success story, and Cam Newton. And Ty Simpson is neither of those. So, I'm not saying he can't be good, but you are taking a risk that you are saying, this is like drafting short quarterbacks. Whenever you draft a short quarterback, what do you say? Well, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson. Okay, 2. You better make real damn sure that guy's Drew Brees or Russell Wilson. Okay. And by the way, Drew Brees and Russell Wilson didn't go in the first round. Russell, I think, went in the third or fourth.
Brees?
I think Brees was a second.
Was he?
Yep.
He was started the second round.
Yeah. So
good little pick.
Yeah.
Good little pick.
Changed the course of two franchises forever. And maybe college football forever. So he goes to the Chargers and he has some success, hurts his shoulder, and San Diego's like, he's not that good. He's got the shoulder. We're moving on. We're drafting our quarterback. He goes down to Miami. He wants to go to Miami for Saban. Saban wants him, and the Miami doctors say no. The rotator cuff or the labrum, I forget which one it was, we don't believe in it. And so they say no. He ends up going to New Orleans, and that's history. And Saban ended up getting Dante Culpepper, and that changed the course of the New Orleans Saints forever. The Saints might not be in New Orleans if not for Drew Brees. They may be in San Antonio. And Saban may not go back to college and win 7 national championships. He may have stayed in Miami and been Drew Brees' coach. So it's just a weird sliding door thing when you think about that one decision.
All right, we're on Wemby watch. We'll get to that next on 105.1 The Fan.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, the NFL draft is tonight. Well, at least round one is. Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza, he's expected to go number one. We will keep you updated on all the news and all the picks as they happen. Patriots coach Mike Vrabel, he announced that he will not be with the Patriots for day 3 of the NFL draft because he wants to attend counseling. Vrabel will be with the team for the first 2 days of the NFL draft. Oklahoma City Thunder forward Jalen Williams, he sustained a grade 1 left hamstring strain. He is considered week to week. Thunder are up 2-0 in their series over their Suns. Denver Nuggets take on the Timberwolves tonight in Game 3. That series tied at 1. But according to some, Aaron Gordon will not play tonight in Game 3. That's according to Chris Haynes because of a calf injury. Milwaukee Bucks, they're finalizing a deal with former Grizzlies coach Taylor Jenkins to be the next head coach. BYU wing AJ DeBonsa, he has officially announced he will be entering the NBA draft. He's favored to go number 1 overall. And the Mets, they broke their losing streak last night, but now they're going to be without shortstop Francisco Lindor. He lands on the 10-day IL with left calf strain. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and Twitch. And now Window Nation brings you on-demand videos. Watch Window Nation's Window into the Fan. This is an NFL Draft Week edition of Primetime with Isaac and Souk.
With the 10th pick, the Kansas City Chiefs select Patrick Mahomes.
Really? Really? Are you kidding me? This is why this organization will never win a Super Bowl in my lifetime.
With Isaac Ropp.
The Buffalo Bills select Josh Allen.
And Jason Sukanik.
My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields.
NFL Draft Week on The Fan is brought to you by Video Only. For the best deals on Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs, shop Video Only, or you'll be sorry. Primetime with Isaac and Souk on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. The Fan.
All right, we are 51 minutes and 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31. Do you want me to keep going?
No.
Seconds away from the NFL draft.
By the way, I did a quick Google search. Dan Orlovsky
Dead.
and Ty Simpson. Would you care to guess what they have in common?
Oh, yeah, they have the same agent, right?
Same agent.
Didn't that come out when he was...
Did that already come out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we were talking about that.
yeah, Dan loves him some Ty Simpson, and they share the same agent. But no, nothing to see there.
We'll have the picks live as they happen. Supposed to get underway, like I said, in about an hour. Already, the best... I'm stuck. Like the best, I don't know, bit on the red carpet
Oh, yeah.
comes from Ohio State linebacker Vrabel-Rousini.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what he did?
I did not.
Well, he's got a brand partnership with Reese's,
That makes sense.
and
Arvell Reese.
he has just a regular tux looking thing on, but he opens up when he stopped for pictures. He opens the suit jacket, and in there, what are they, in the lining?
Yeah.
It's Reese's.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've seen this, but lately, the last couple of years, you're no one unless you have a custom.
Yeah.
The inside.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Who's it? Michael.
Sauce Gardner's was still the best.
What did Sauce have?
Well, he had the necklace.
He had.
I think it was like
It was hot
Tabasco.
sauce. Yeah, it was hot sauce. By the way, like you spent $250,000 on a hot sauce diamond chain.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, like Michael Penix, I think I had all his teammates in his, and it's all about the interior of the suit.
What would you have on the interior of your suit?
I would have nothing.
for your big draft night.
I would have nothing. I would feel like such a chaunch if I had some sort of weird custom.
You'd wear your Hitman sweatshirt.
Yeah, you put your Hitler
yeah,
shrine
Hitler,
in there.
yeah.
Secret Hitler. Yeah, the Reese's Pieces one, that's kind of cool. I'm looking at it here.
Yeah. It's orange.
You know what? As far as outfits go and jewelry, he's pretty toned down.
Well, it's like I said, it's just a tux.
Yeah.
But then when he opens it up, it's
Yeah.
all kinds of candy.
Yeah, normally though the NFL draft outfits are they're
They
out
can
there.
get wild.
They're out there a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we seeing the
The new trend is dialing it
yeah,
back.
a flip back to the OG?
I don't know. My favorite
Oh God.
my favorite era of anything is like,
Now we have Mike Greenberg interviewing Roger Goodell.
I'm sure it's riveting. The late 90s NBA draft suits were the greatest. That was the greatest time.
With the big old shoulders.
Big old shoulders, and like you could smuggle like 3-4 little people inside each pant leg. And the Steve Harvey era, God, the original Kings of Comedy suits.
Goodell, Commissioner Goodell.
Hey, Goodell looks pretty good.
Yeah, he does. Greenberg, is he wearing a toupee?
It's possible.
Do you think he has a toupee?
It's possible. But Goodell might be on that Ozempic. And look, he's got like 4 buttons undone. He's going some chest meat.
Yeah, he's older than you think,
Yeah.
too, isn't he?
He looks pretty good. You know, he kind of looks like Troy Aikman's dad. Been drinking some of that American 8 beer.
What?
Yeah.
He is.
You don't think he looks a little bit like Troy Aikman? If you put him and Troy Aikman side by side, those are 2 crusty old dad and son. He reminds me of Troy Aikman.
Don't really see it. He's 67.
All right. Maybe not old enough to be Aikman's
Would you like to
dad.
look that good at 67?
Well, I'd like to have his $32 million a year, and so yeah, I think I'd look pretty good at that age.
All
Remember,
right.
no one's ugly; they're just poor.
So, on the fan, we have Wimby Watch.
Yeah,
You know him?
I'm familiar. I don't know him personally. I'm not calling him up or texting him how he's doing. I don't have his number to reach out.
Why not?
Sure, some people
You
do.
call yourself a sports radio host?
Let me check my insiders who have direct ties to Wemby.
Somebody asking what our draft pick sounder is this year. We covered this earlier, but
Yeah.
I'll repeat for those that missed it. We're going with
We
the
have
Big
two.
Souk.
We have 2.
Big Souk Otani-san. We can do this
Oh, Tani-san.
or this if we're really excited.
Oh, Tani-san. Yeah, it depends on what sort of pick.
So when you hear that,
Yeah.
we're going to the podium. So here's the latest. Wembanyama will travel with the Spurs for games this weekend against the Trailblazers. Spurs coach Mitch Johnson stopped short of saying Wembanyama will play in Game 3 on Friday, instead saying that the Star Center is progressing and that the team has not ruled him out. Johnson said, he looks good. The update is that he is following each protocol. He's progressing, and he will travel with the team. He says, to my knowledge, we haven't even had that discussion about ruling him out. The protocol is the protocol. The league is who's mostly at the top of that. We'll just hope that he continues to progress. Whenever that timing is, that's when it will be. We'll just kind of keep going through the protocol, and hopefully he continues to progress. It's pretty straightforward. So obviously, we hope he'll be back at some point, but we'll allow the protocol to play out. There's nothing more important than his health.
He said he did some cardio today. The symptoms did not get any worse, which is a really good sign. You wonder if maybe they're
pushing him through.
they shove a little
If he
bit.
plays in Game 3,
It's amazing.
there's shenanigans. Don't you think?
Well, you want to believe that doctors are doing the right thing. If he got knocked unconscious, and it sure looked like he got knocked unconscious with a shot to the jaw, and he plays, 72 hours later, that will be a NFL 1990s-esque, we're
I was going to ask you. I feel like in the NFL, you say like a slight concussion. That was the whole thing. It was like, oh, he's got a slight concussion, and then he would come back. Maybe
Hey.
Wemby just had a slight concussion.
Hey, back when I played, we didn't even call them concussions. You know, that was just you got your bell rung a little bit and some smelling salts and a
Well-
smack on the fan. He should not play on Friday. I still don't think he will. But the fact that he's traveling, I think Game 4 is I'm going to say Game 4 I think is realistic. If he plays in Game 3, I would question their medical staff.
Why do we trust concussion protocol? Like, we don't trust anything anymore. Why
I don't,
would
I
we
don't trust it.
trust concussion protocol?
You shouldn't.
I mean, I certainly don't in football.
No.
Like, football, they're just outwardly like, yeah, get back in there.
I saw
Basketball,
I saw
there's-
Tua go fencing pose and then someone tell me that it was his back. That's a real thing that happened. They're like, dude, he's out. No, he had a tight back and he had to pin his shoulders together and then wobble. So no, I don't trust NFL doctors.
But basketball, they're saying like it's really just the league.
Yeah,
and you
it's-
really can't do anything about it.
No, it's way the NFL has certain things that it's pretty concrete. Sounds like the NBA is more like, hey, how you feeling?
Well, the Spurs. So it's not the Spurs doctors; it's the NBA's doctors.
Yeah.
Right.
I
I mean, that's what Mitch Johnson said.
okay.
It's the NBA that controls it.
Well, then he's going to play.
Why? Oh, because ratings? You're going conspiracy theory?
They need the Spurs to win. They can't have Portland get to the second round.
Get your ass back out there.
Yeah.
You ain't got no concussion.
Look, I don't have any faith that what I saw is going to magically be okay in 3 days. So if he plays on Friday, I will assume that this was more of a, you probably be all right. What's the worst that could happen? You get another one. Probably for someone that, tends to fall and get knocked around a bit. And then if you're the Blazers, I guess you can't hit him high anyways. No one can get him up. Like Scoot all of a sudden just starts attacking the rim, elevating, throwing bows. I just don't want anyone to get hurt. When you're talking about concussions, especially ones that are serious, the secondary concussion is the one that can really, really cause problems. So I hope they're looking out for his best interest. I mean, and you would hope that San Antonio is playing it conservative because, look, it's one game in a series that you believe if he comes back, you're going to be fine in, and you're trying to have him for the next 15 years. I would hope they're taking it seriously. I'm jaded because I played in a world and a time when doctors did not give two flying Fs about your health, including your brain. So I'm always a little like,
So this isn't a Spurs doctor, but he's from San Antonio? Because, the news has to reach out to the doctors.
Yeah.
And he said, well, concussion is basically a mild traumatic brain injury. It's a spectrum of events. It can be very mild. Like after a few minutes, it goes away. It can be more severe. It goes on for a day or 2 or 3. He says most people recover within a few days, though more severe concussions can take up to 2 weeks to fully resolve.
Actually, some severe concussions can take months.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Well, wasn't Justin Morneau out for the season after a concussion?
Yes. It happens.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah. It was really bad.
At second base?
Yeah. Dude, I mean, sometimes you're just not okay. Like you can have symptoms with light sensitivity, and Sidney Crosby has dealt with this. One of my favorite hockey players basically had to shut down his career.
Cindy Crawford has a concussion?
Sidney Crosby. He missed an entire year. One of my favorite Red Wings of all time, Johan Franzen, he never recovered, out for his career, cost him. I mean, these are serious things. But I do know that you can play through concussions because, I've had plenty of concussions. Again, some worse than others, but I was knocked unconscious twice and I finished both games. So, I mean, you can do it. I don't remember either one of those games. Couldn't tell you what happened. Went and saw film. Troy Aikman famously talks about this. Aikman says he doesn't remember the NFC title game and then doesn't really remember playing in one of the Super Bowls. I mean, you can function. So even if Wemby goes out, I mean, this is kind of the scary thing about concussions is, you can go out and you can play, and as long as you don't get hit again, everything can be hunky-dory, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for you. So all you can do is put your faith in that someone has his best interest at heart and they're doing the right thing, and that if he gets out on the court, you got to believe that he's passed some sort of clearance and, gives you the thumbs up.
Well, I don't believe it.
I tend to not
I don't believe any of it. But I also don't think he'll be out there tomorrow.
Spurs got real scared that fourth quarter by the Blazers. Yeah. They kept attacking the paint.
Yeah. My thing is he doesn't play game 3, he comes back game 4.
I think that's right.
That the fact that he's on the trip, I think game 4, but
that's right.
Boy, a 1-1 series and a team that you've proven that you can beat without him and Castle, you probably should have won game 2. You're up 6 minutes left, you're up by 14 points.
They got to go up.
Game 4, especially if they lose. If they lose game 3, the Spurs, he's playing game 4.
He's playing game 4, but I just don't know if you shove that back in so early in game 3, because God forbid something happens. They're not panicking.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
They're not.
And they shouldn't.
No, because even if it's 2-2, and he plays one of the 2 in Portland,
and
you get 2 of the next 3 at home.
Yeah, it's a 3-game series.
You got the home court back.
And you got the home court back.
Yeah.
So,
all right, that's the latest on Wemby. Coming up next, how many people remember this on the Fan? All right, I'm going to see how many people remember this. A little bit of a find on Facebook Marketplace by some bro. So, do you remember Blazers on Broadway?
I do remember Blazers on Broadway.
Yeah. That was a 1990s, I don't know, shop or something. Do you remember this, Stevie Brackets?
Very vaguely.
Yeah, he's a pup. You're an old guy.
You don't remember how?
I'm 39.
Okay, so yeah,
So like early 90s when they make the finals, I was just a little child.
yeah,
Just a little wee little lad.
yeah. This is iconic.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Yeah, I don't remember this because I wasn't here.
Yeah, you weren't here.
But ahead of Game 3 at the Motor Center, the popular basketball store Back to the Basket is getting a fresh look, one that longtime Portland fans may instantly recognize. Store owners have recovered the original metal basketball that once hung above Blazers on Broadway, bringing a nostalgic piece of Trailblazers history back into the spotlight.
Yeah, I remember there was like an awning, and then right above it there was like a big. Is it black or silver?
It's silver.
Yeah, big silver. It's big silver basketball.
Owner Troy Douglas says tracking down the ball was a mission years in the making. He said between 1991 to 1998, it's just something that's really special, especially for us Blazer fans. He eventually came across the piece on Facebook Marketplace.
Wow.
It was a listing, and it said just listed, and I'm always looking for Blazer stuff, just scouring for my own interest.
Sure.
And also for the store. He said, and I saw it. I messaged the guy, and he said it was available. I called up my dad because he has a big old construction van, and I figured that if my dad could do it, we could get it today.
Because that thing was, I remember that.
It's
That thing was
huge.
huge. I don't know how big that thing is, but
Well, he put it in the back of a big old U-Haul. He said, I'm a huge Blazers fan, and having this kind just feels a lot of joy for me personally, but I think for people to see it again, that's the biggest thing, especially that we have a store that is very basketball-centric. It's very Blazer-centric. So
someone just had that for the
Yes.
last 20-something years and just had it like in the...
and they just put it on Facebook Marketplace. Now, is this the same store? Is Back to the Basket the same as Blazers on Broadway?
I can't imagine that it
No,
is.
the Back to the Basket, it has a bunch of just old school, like back in the day they had the starter jackets, stuff like that. They have old like Blazer shirts from the 90s that you just buy. It's like a vintage clothing store.
Okay.
That is a lot of basketball stuff. Like a lot of basketball fans in this area will go there to get vintage Blazer clothes.
Nice.
That's
Didn't
cool.
know
Now
that.
that
Pretty
you
cool.
have that back. Yeah, sometimes they have like because a lot of those stores will have, nowadays they'll have like the retro Jordans and you can
Yeah, the vintage stuff's back in.
Yeah.
It's just like we were talking about the Spurs logo. So I think people love the old school Blazer stuff that you can find. It has posters, all the kind of stuff that they did, the promotional stuff.
Well, yeah. What does it say that all the old stuff looks way better than the new stuff?
What if
And
I
even the youngs.
What have I said a million times? Just every league, make the retro, make it your permanent one. It's better. People like it. Whether you went back to the vertical Bill Walton ones or the lowercase b ones and bring back the white court, the white keys, and there,
I think they're called the Black Keys.
and all of a sudden everyone would lose their mind. You don't have to outthink the room. It's a good look now. It's better if you pick one of those. Oh yeah, I'm seeing here a video of them like hoisting it up.
Yeah. Look at that. I wonder how much. He didn't say how much he bought it for.
I don't know. It's a good.
What would you charge if you had that thing? There's the nostalgia
I'm
tax.
guessing that thing was
$300.
Oh no, I bet you that
More.
thing's because that thing is
I'm
huge.
gonna say $1,200.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's somewhere around $1,000.
That's right.
Because I like old vintage pieces like that. I'll roam Facebook Marketplace or eBay, and I've got a handful of there's just some stuff that you just permanently search for, and that's a cool find. I mean, someone just had that in their garage or probably a storage facility. So I'll bet you that guy lost his mind when he saw it. He's like, what? What? Go grab that thing. Because it is cool. For me, I like vintage clothing, but being a bigger guy, you can't find it. Like every time you find something cool, you're like, oh, that's awesome. And it's a medium.
Oh, it doesn't fit.
Oh, that's a sweet pair. Oh, yeah, that's a small. That's a size 8 shoe. You're like, oh, awesome.
All right, we got to move on. The draft is 30 minutes away, live here on The Fan. But up next, it's in the news. We have $60 million in total cuts at the city, and we'll tell you what the mayor is proposing to cut. Next, here's Steven.
Now, Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, as Isaac Robb just said, the NFL Draft Round 1 is tonight. Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza, he is expected to go number 1 overall. We will keep you updated with all the news and notes and all the picks as they happen. Patriots coach Mike Vrabel, he'll be there with the Patriots for day 1, but he announced today he will not be with the team for day 3 of the NFL Draft because he will be attending counseling for him and his family. Vrabel will be with the team, though, for the first 2 days of this draft. Oklahoma City Thunder forward Jalen Williams, he sustained a grade 1 left hamstring strain last night against the Suns. He will be considered week to week. Denver Nuggets forward Aaron Gordon will not play tonight in Game 3 against the Minnesota Timberwolves because of a calf injury. That series tied up at 1. Milwaukee Bucks are finalizing a deal with former Grizzlies coach Taylor Jenkins to be their next head coach. BYU wing AJ DeBonsa, he has officially announced he will be entering the NBA draft. He is the favorite to go number 1 overall. And the New York Mets breaking the losing streak last night, but now they're going to be without shortstop Francisco Lindor, who lands on the 10-day IL with a left calf strain. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
All right, we are counting down the seconds to the NFL draft, where we are going to overreact and cry and scream and yell. We will have no idea what we're talking about.
My favorite part is when Mel Kiper gets something ridiculously wrong and then screams and yells about it because he's right and the 32 NFL teams are wrong.
Okay, well, can't wait for that. Right now it is April 23, 2026. Time now for the news. I'm your newsman. Hello. Thank you. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. It's brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Today is International Nose Picking Day.
Oh, yeah, sometimes you got to get up there and clean house. You know what happens.
I can report to you that I have picked my nose today.
Yeah. Sometimes after I do yard work, you know, you can't just... Stuff gets in there, a lot of gunk, and, you know, got to get up there and clean the bats out of the, the attic.
I do know.
Had no choice.
It is also Love Your Thighs Day.
It's a bit awkward, but okay.
Do you love your thighs?
Yeah, I don't hate my thighs. I mean,
Have you ever thought about your thighs?
Not really.
You need to give more attention to your thighs.
I guess. I got skinny legs. I got that. They look good in some tights. Sexy them up.
Hot. Nike is cutting 1,400 more jobs.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen over there, but things aren't going great.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, listen, dude. I love Nike.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I have a lot of Nike stuff.
As do I.
I got to tell you.
Yeah, I'm wearing Jordans right now.
Some of the new stuff, maybe I'm just getting old. I'm just not loving it.
I have seen I've read a couple different things on this because, you know, I grew up same thing, like Nike through and through. There's a bunch of different people that theorize what happened. But the one I saw is just that Nike is no longer the default cool. It's not. Like when we were growing up, and when you thought of athleisure, it was Nike. And there's a lot of kids now and younger adults. Now, old heads our age, I guess, are still Nike. But a lot of the younger people now, On Cloud, New Balance is making a comeback. It's no longer just the default. You know, Nike is the number one. There's a lot of other people that have cut into it, and some people thought Nike lost their way. They got a new CEO, and
I wonder why New Balance?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's a whole thing now.
Why?
They have Ohtani-san. A lot of Cooper Flag signed with them, and I see a lot of, like, when I go to the gym, Ohtani-san, I wear the same crap. I have a very hodgepodge. I don't care. But a lot of people that go there wear like outfits, and I see a lot of New Balance or like clothing. You see like Gymshark. There's a lot of like these weird little. It's no longer just Nike, Under Armour, Adidas.
Is it just because it's cheaper?
I don't think it really is cheaper. It's just viewed right now as kind of different, kind of cool.
All right.
Well, you know, if the olds are into something, a lot of times the kids don't want to wear what the olds are wearing.
It's true. Have to come to grips with our oldness.
Yeah. Yeah, someone saying New Balance caught on with the skateboarder world.
Did they make a skatey shoe?
It's just
because I feel like their shoes still look the same.
Yeah, I mean, some of that retro like stuff that people used to make fun of is kind of cool. Like my son does not wear a lot of, he doesn't wear a lot of Nike, and he's kind of like got that hip tech bro thing happening, and he wears a lot of stuff. He has some Nikes, but it's not the default like it is or was when I was a kid.
Well, our fearless leader, Mayor Keith Wilson, is having to slash $60 million from the budget.
Can't find it. He'll find it.
Well, it is true that we did just find like $60 million, but apparently that's, I don't know who gets that. I don't know. It's very confusing. One day you read like, we have $40 million over here. We got to cut. And then over here it's like, we found $75 million.
Just random numbers.
Then, we got to cut $10 million over here. Hey, we're going to ask Washington County for $5 million.
They said no.
Oh, but over here we found $15 million.
Our budget is the most arbitrary thing in the world.
I feel like they want us confused.
Yes.
That way they can shuffle money around.
Like every other day, there's some story about
for their Hawaii trips.
Yeah, there's some sort of finance scandal going on in the city.
So in the budget released Monday, Wilson proposed scaling back 911 dispatch staff, as well as cuts at the Portland Police Bureau to training, overtime hours, and the number of patrol vehicles, a potential recipe for longer emergency response times.
Seems like of all the things to cut, 911, good idea, boss.
Now
Really?
he is saying that look, cuts are tough. We gotta slash something.
911?
But he is touting being able to keep every police officer and investigator on the job. They are not cutting any.
We don't have enough cops as it is, and his.
Well, that's his point.
Okay.
Nobody's losing their job. He outlined a total of $21.7 million in cuts to police, in part by losing public safety support specialists and shifting responsibility for low acuity non-emergency calls back to sworn patrol officers. He would also cut $500,000 to Portland Fire and Rescue's overdose response team, a $3 million cut to the city's long-suffering park maintenance budget, cuts to the Water Bureau staffing.
Oh, no.
P1 water guy, hopefully he makes the cut.
What are we doing?
And to the small business support programs, to name just a few elements of the $60 million in total cuts.
I'd like to go through and take a look at the budget. I would. I'd be interested to see what's happening in there.
Don't need that. Don't need that.
Yes.
Double
no,
that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to. I'm not saying I can get it all down in one swoop, but I think we could find some things besides 911 that I might poke a stick at.
Well, the police chief is not happy. Bob Day.
Bob.
Bob says, I've been through the 5 stages of grief about 48 times in the last week. I'm saddened by it. I'm disappointed that we're at this place as a city. The proposal that is on the table currently will have a detrimental impact both on the police bureau and the level of service that we're able to provide.
Yeah, I'd say so. If I'm dialing 911 and I get put on hold, is this part of like where I'm going to get like a person in a, like if I need a cop, the person in the vest and the whistle comes out? I remember when we were doing that.
No, I think they're cutting that. It says $4.5 million to the Public Safety Support Specialist Program. Isn't that who that is?
I don't know. That sound? Yeah, I guess that could be.
I think I think old Mayor Wilson's saying.
Again, no offense, but if the response is I have to get rid of some cops or get rid of the person with a whistle, I'm going to get rid of the person with a whistle. When I dial 911, I would like a guy with a badge to show up. Just saying, just throwing that one out there. I'm sure the safety vest people do a wonderful job, but
and not be put on hold either.
You gotta
the elevator music.
You gotta make Got to make tough decisions.
Someone says you'd take one glance at the budget and be done with it. It's like when you go to a new restaurant or a new happening place and the line's too long and you just throw your hands up and go back home.
Sad.
They're
probably right.
He's so right about
I'd have one city council meeting and then I'd go shove my head into a door and be like, I'm going home.
There's a reason why we don't want any part of that.
That's probably true.
We'll leave it to the dum-dums that are already over there.
And yet we keep electing these city council people, which just... they seem so put together.
Well, again, they're the only ones willing to do it.
I guess. What do they say?
You're not up there.
No, that's true. I guess the only people that want that job are people that want it for all the wrong reasons. What is it? Oh, the Hardesty, at least she's gone.
Yeah, wonder what's going on with her these days.
I'm sure she's doing wonderful things with herself.
Probably up there at A&A, rolling some dice.
Yelling at the Uber driver.
With a vodka.
Yeah.
How about $30 summer concert tickets?
Oh, that'd be tasty.
We'll get to that next on The Fan. All right, our sounder tonight for draft picks is this.
Oh, Tani-san.
Or this.
Oh, Tani-san. Yeah, depending on the excitement level.
Got about 10 minutes before the draft kicks off. So we got one more story here on In the News, April 23, 2026. And then we'll clear the deck to get to the picks. You're going to hear them live here on The Fan. I wonder who's going to go number one.
We'll do it live.
Can't wait to find out.
We'll do it live.
Live Nation has a promotion. They did this last year as well. It's called $30 Ticket to Summer.
Okay.
And they discount tickets to $30.
That's pretty cool.
For concerts.
Yeah.
And this includes 49 shows at 3 Oregon and Southwest Washington venues this summer. So from April 29 to May 5, you can get discounted tickets to these shows. Okay, are you ready?
Is it all crappy shows that no one wants
Not
to go
necessarily.
to? Okay.
No.
Talk to me.
So I'll go through. I won't necessarily
don't
say
give me
them all, but Charlie Puth.
All right.
You know that guy?
I've heard of him.
He's at the Memorial Coliseum.
He's a piano player.
Brandy Carlisle, Les Claypool, your boy.
Yeah. Well, Brandy Carlisle's a big deal.
Yeah.
People love her.
Jim Gaffigan. Alex Warren, Kid
Cudi.
Mm-hmm. I like to call him Kid Cutie.
So these are actually, these are bigger names than I would have thought.
5 Seconds of Summer.
Jim Gaffigan, not so much, but can't figure out how he's still a thing.
The Head and the Heart. Charlie Crockett. I might grab some tickets to that. That'll be at Hayden Homes Amphitheater on July 16th.
Down in Bend.
Hayden Homes, is that in Bend?
Yeah, it's in Bend.
Oh.
Isn't it? I think the Hayden.
I can never remember.
I'm pretty certain that's the one in Bend.
Yeah, I think you're right.
On the river.
Jimmy Eat World, Trevor Noah, Winona Judd, and Melissa Etheridge. Goo Goo Dolls, Jason Aldean.
Play Iris. We just did. Play it again.
OAR.
That's not a bad lineup.
Toto, Christopher Cross, and the Romantics.
Well, there you go.
We went to that show last year, but it wasn't the Romantics. It was Men at Work. And Men at Work was the best of the three of them. And Christopher Cross,
a little rough.
It was at first, yeah.
I understand.
Goose.
I
have heard Goose is a great show.
Not familiar with Goose.
They're kind of a jam band.
Okay.
They're in Bend August 21 to 22. You have Muse on the list. Alison Krauss.
Alison Krauss is great.
She is great.
She's
Train.
Very
good. Mount Joy. Five Finger Death Punch. Shout out Mike Lynch.
I've seen Five Finger Death Punch a handful of times. They're an opening act to a lot of bands that I go and see.
Nikki Glazer. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Again, much better than Jim Gaffigan.
How about this? Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson?
Marilyn Manson's back?
Shouldn't he be in jail?
Yeah, he's been canceled plenty of times. Now, Rob Zombie, on the other hand, that's a great show. Marilyn Manson?
They're just touring together now.
Dang.
Bleachers, Godsmack, Motley Crue.
Oh, don't do that.
Ridgefield, September 26th.
Dude, I hope we're not advertising that concert. Do yourself a favor and look up Vince Neil singing. I saw his farewell tour like 6 years ago, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Tyler Childers.
Yeah, he's a big deal, too.
Matt Rife.
Again.
He's a comedian, right?
Tyler Childers, that's Dan Lanning's favorite guy.
Yeah, he's a big deal. Matt Rife, yes, very big comedian. I mean, these are...
And Dermot Kennedy.
These are way bigger than I would have thought.
So you can get tickets to any of those shows, and there are others. April 29 to May 5. That's when they discount them to $30 a ticket for 49 different shows at 3 Oregon and Southwest Washington venues.
Not too shabby.
So Live Nation giving you a deal.
Right before they screw you over.
Collectively, there's over 4,000 shows across the U.S. and Canada eligible in this promotion. And I think you just got to go to livenation.com.
All right.
I think.
Not too shabby. We like it.
I think that's right. Yeah.
That it?
I don't know.
Is your enthusiasm waning? Or are you just waiting for the Raider Nation to go crazy?
I know I'm about to get tired head from all the...
I know. I can see you just you're lamenting the fact that the NFL draft is about to happen.
No, I love the NFL draft. It's just all the bullshit that goes with it.
I will say the idea of standing in a sea of tens of thousands of people,
hallelujah,
to watch that live is...
Who are these people?
It's Casey. That's who this is.
Well, I hate to say this. My kid went last year.
Yeah. Lower Casey. Well,
in Detroit.
Did he like it?
Yes, he loved it.
I'm telling you, man. This is a chance to...
Just standing there?
It's a chance to paint your face, wear like some shoulder pads and drink and wave a towel. Maybe you can wave that free Blazer towel you're going to get tomorrow.
That is in the news, April 23, 2026. The NFL Draft. It's next, live on The Fan.
Hey, it's Suk. And guys...
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan. NFL Draft Round 1 is coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Fernando Mendoza expected to be the first name called out of Indiana, picking to the Raiders. We'll keep you updated on all the picks as they happen. Patriots coach Mike Vrabel, he announced today that he will not be with the Patriots for day 3 of the draft because he will attend counseling with his family. Vrabel will be with the team, though, for the first 2 days of the NFL Draft. Oklahoma City Thunder forward Jalen Williams, he suffered a grade 1 left hamstring strain. He is considered week to week. Thunder up 2-0 over the Suns in their series. Denver Nuggets forward Aaron Gordon, he is, according to some sources, not going to play tonight. According to others, he is questionable because of a calf injury. Nuggets take on the Timberwolves 1-1 in that series. Milwaukee Bucks, they're finalizing a deal with former Grizzlies coach Taylor Jenkins to be their next head coach. BYU wing AJ DeBonsa, he has officially announced he will be entering the NBA draft. He is the favorite to go number 1 overall. And the Mets broke their losing streak, but they'll be without Francisco Lindor, who just got put on the 10-day IL with a left calf strain. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Thursday. We are your sportsmen. My name is Isaac. Big Sook right over there.
Right here.
Look at him.
Oh, dude.
And we've got Stevie Fire on the controls. We are getting ready for the NFL Draft. You're going to hear the picks live as they happen over the next 2 hours while we're on the air. And then I think we go to draft coverage.
I believe so, yes.
So you're going to hear the draft here on the Fan. I got to tell you, man, it's wild how big the NFL Draft has become in person.
Yes.
Like, so this year they're in Pittsburgh.
It always was at Radio City Music Hall, and then
Right.
a couple years ago, I'm trying to remember where the first place they did it.
Vegas?
It might have been Philly.
Was it?
They had one outdoors, and it was like, the idea is anyone really going to come to this? And the answer to that is yes.
Yes, by a billion.
And now every city wants it, and it's become I mean, look at that. It looks like WrestleMania. It is just a sea of fans. It's become a big party.
So I looked up how many. Yeah, yes, like the aerial, it's nuts.
Yeah.
I looked up how many people were at last year's, which I think was Detroit.
Yeah.
And it said 275,000 on the first day.
Yeah.
And overall 750,000.
Yeah, it's just become a giant NFL party. They do a whole week-long thing, and they do different events. And the idea that people show up to this thing to stand in a sea of 100,000 plus people and just watch people get their names called, but it's
crazy.
You
can't even see the stage.
No, but they have big screens. This is the beauty of the NFL. They have turned everything they do into the biggest spectacle in sports, which is why it's the
People love
king.
it. So Roger Goodell's up there right now
With Cam Hayward and TJ Watt.
TJ Watt.
Yeah.
And so we'll go to the picks live as they happen. We're looking for Ohtani-san drops today. That's what'll get us to shut up and go to the
Ohtani-san. There you go.
go to the podium.
Ohtani-san. Vrabel had to have another press conference, by the way, before the draft.
To address the new photos.
The new photos.
From 6 years ago.
Yes.
Now, what did he say?
He just explained that, again, his family needs him this weekend. Not today, Saturday, but, Sunday.
Today and Friday.
Today and Friday.
He'll
yeah.
be gone. He'll be gone Saturday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's gone Saturday. He'll be gone day 3 of the draft. Yeah, it's the same old crap.
So his wife's very important to him.
But not important enough to be gone
only on
today
weekend.
or Friday.
Yeah.
But Saturday, his family needs him. Always the same stuff where he's got the support of everybody. It's just, he's had to come out and eat some more crow.
Yeah.
But it's a sad, I just saw it like maybe 5 minutes ago. It's just.
I don't know why he had to come out. I mean.
Well, I guess does
he need to speak again?
It's the same thing. He's just like, well, you caught me again. And.
Well, but he didn't. At least he didn't lie about it the other day.
No, I think he's doing everything he can to have his wife not punt him to the moon.
Yeah.
He's in some
trouble.
trouble.
Lose his job.
Yeah.
So if you didn't see, there were new photos of Rousini and Vrabel kissing and being all chummy at a New York City bar from 2020.
Yep. And then there were more of him at a bar after he got fired from the Tennessee Titans with her.
Well, they were at a casino.
They're at a casino.
Yeah.
So, look, this is just, it has gone from Rousini looking like an absolute you-know-what and losing her job, and everyone thought, whatever, Vrabel. He's in some heat. It's a good thing they're coming off a Super Bowl run because he's going to take some flack from this, and I don't think it's over. I think more stuff will keep coming out, and I think he's sweating bullets a little bit. And the fact that he's not going to be there on the last day of the draft, and I know that's kind of funny that he's there on the first 2 days, I do think that's significant, and I think he's feeling some pressure.
The biggest thing that came out of it is Diana Rossini's tweet about her son Michael.
Yeah.
Who she had in 2000.
6 years ago. It was like right around the time.
21.
Yeah.
November 11th, 2021. She tweets about her she said, I'm sitting here looking at my 4-day-old son wondering who is the best Michael to ever play and coach in the NFL.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Cringe, dude.
Dude, if you're that, and the husband's the one that, obviously hired the PI, but you wonder if the husband might need a cheek swab here pretty quick, because that's
Maury Povich, baby.
That's some nasty work right there.
That whole Al Capone's vault.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I do remember
It was
that.
a big nothing burger.
Nothing.
Dude, if you seriously got Maury Povich out of retirement, is he alive? Is he with us?
Yeah.
Get him out of retirement and
this.
get Vrabel,
Mike Vrabel,
Rousini,
you are the father,
and the husband up there. Yeah. Dude, you want to talk about ratings?
Yeah. Then they would put it on during the NFL draft. Day 2 and day 3 of the NFL draft, the coverage goes down a little bit. There you go. Spice up day 3.
I would watch the NFL draft day 2 and day 3 for sure if they are broadcasting who is the father.
But just the pathetic idea that Vrabel stood up at that press conference and was like, my family really needs me this weekend. Like, oh, sure they do, Mike.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure
they needed you those other weekends you're at the casino, too.
needed you 6 years ago when you were sticking it to the reporter.
They kind of needed you when you were in Sedona as well. Wow. Yeah. Well, anyway, back to the draft. I did notice
7 minutes, by the way, until the Mendoza. I don't know why they take.
We all know who they're taking.
That's the only one that drives me crazy. It's like, dude, just
so the Raiders are on the clock.
Call them up there.
So the Raiders, Jets, Cardinals are the top 3. Then it's Titans, Giants, Browns.
Yeah.
I did notice they were rolling. And by the way, Fernando Mendoza is not there. He's at Coral Gables.
Yeah, he's staying home. His mom
in Coral Gables
has was I think multiple sclerosis, and so she couldn't be there. And he's like, I'm just going to stay home. And
look at the family all there. Everybody's
very close knit family
on their best behavior. All got their suits, their hands crossed.
And now he doesn't have a girlfriend, but I also one of my favorite parts of the draft is the inevitable girlfriend who thinks that she is now a millionaire too. Not so much, ma'am. You're about to be booted to the curb in about 6 weeks.
I want you to keep your eyes open for that.
Yeah.
I want a full report from you on
also
this.
the hot girlfriends, the hot moms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always become superstars.
The best one is when the mom doesn't like the girlfriend. That's always a fun one.
Wouldn't one shove her out of the way last year?
She tried to get on his lap and the mom shoved her away. The CD Lamb taking the cell phone away.
Second cell phone
away from the girl. He's like, and nope.
So I was watching as they introduced the guys who are there. Mm-hmm. Mendoza's not there, but all the other guys that
Ty
are there,
Simpson's there
came out. And we were talking about the dress.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Carnell Tate is dressed like it's 1985. I don't know if you saw what he was wearing.
I did not.
It was like Michael Jackson-esque. Dylan Thieneman is not wearing a tie. We were talking about, is casual coming back?
Yeah.
Are they kind of toning down their draft wear.
Yeah, because Vrabel-Rousini is just wearing like a simple tux.
Yeah, Thieneman is not wearing a tie. He looks more like kind of Miami Vice.
He's just going to a mixer.
He looks beachy.
I like
but he
it.
had the aviators on. And then I saw one guy, and I don't know who he was. He went untucked shirt.
Really?
So he had a suit and a tie on, but his shirt was untucked.
Yeah, man, it's all about you gotta have drip, man. You gotta have style.
I didn't.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if that's drip.
That's a weird.
I don't know if that's drip.
It's a weird look. Hey,
but then again, I'm a 50-year-old white.
You're
guy.
not conforming. I'm not tucking in for you. Get out of here.
Yeah. All right.
Although, after Mendoza, I'll tell you what, this is as uncertain a top 5 as I can remember. Like, we think the Jets are going to go edge rusher, but what edge rusher? The Cardinals, that's all over the map.
So quarterback, they won't draft a quarterback, but they need a quarterback. They need an edge rusher. They need an offensive lineman. They need they need everyone.
Yeah.
They need defensive line.
Giants could trade out. Cleveland is certainly going to trade out. I mean, there is some
at number 6.
At number 6, Cleveland wants out. And there's
who's trading up and for who?
Again, herein lies the question. We just don't know. This is as uncertain a draft in the top 5 as I can remember. There just isn't a definitive landing spot. Like, I feel almost positive that the Jets are going to take an edge rusher, but is it David Bailey or is it Reese? Like, there's not a lot of receiver, right? Everyone wants a receiver. Is it going to be Tyson? Is it going to be Tate? Like, there's just really not. Corner isn't definitive. Safety is definitive. The Sonny Styles, an off-ball linebacker, be the first defender taken. There's just a lot of mystery in the top half of this draft.
Well, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I think so.
I always like it better when there's a bunch of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Because we all know them.
And that is not the case.
Not the case.
Unfortunately for you, there is going to be a lot of offensive linemen. I think there'll be 9 to 10. And it's just, I don't know if it's going to be a sexy draft, but there will also be a lot of movement. I think there's some people that think we might get 5 to 7 trades in the first round.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to keep it here, although there's no mystery as to who goes number 1.
No. This is the one thing that we know for certain is that Mendoza goes 1.
So do you think, what do you think? NFL, Fernando Mendoza. What kind of career?
This is going to be, he will 100% be dependent on what the Raiders do around him. He is not good enough to elevate a crappy franchise with a bad O-line. So this comes down to, I don't think he should play right away. Can they improve their O-line, and can Kubiak get him to embrace that play action system? I think he has the potential to be a solid top 15, 10 quarterback. I do not think he will ever be elite.
Couple of knocks on him. High pressure to sack rate.
Yes.
He would hold on to the ball way too long.
Yes. Tony's on.
I wonder who they'll pick. Let's go to the podium.
About to introduce the pick to open things up for the Las Vegas Raiders here in Pittsburgh.
With the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana.
Field Yates, player profile.
Fernando Mendoza is a 3-year starting quarterback with 35 starts to his name. He has very good size for the quarterback position at 6'5" and 236 pounds. Strengths for Fernando Mendoza include his all-field accuracy, his toughness, and his functional mobility. This past season, he completed 10 touchdowns and 0 interceptions on balls thrown 20-plus air yards down the field, en route to a Heisman Trophy and also a college football national championship.
You know, not a great fit for Vegas.
No, he is the most...
Isn't he like a choir boy?
Yeah, but that actually may be a good fit for Vegas because you're not going to have to worry about him. You're not going to have to worry about him getting into problems in Vegas.
That would be crazy if he did, though.
Wouldn't that?
He just flips at a 180.
So in like 5 years, he has a bunch of tattoos, long hair. And
Cherokee parts.
Cherokee parts, yeah. No, I mean, it's a real thing. Like, going to a place like Vegas, and you have a guy that wants to be in the limelight and kind of build a brand and likes going out, and you're young and a millionaire, that's a tough city. So the fact that you have a guy that is not interested in any of that, I actually think that is the best case scenario for Vegas. I just don't view him as a franchise guy. I think he can be good, but I don't think he elevates the Raiders. This is, again, he's a guy that is going to have to, like a Kirk Cousins or a Jared Goff, someone like that. He's just going to have to be, he's going to have to be a big piece of what you do, but I don't think he can be the piece. He's not Joe Burrow. He's not Josh Allen. Nothing like that.
His OC will be Andrew Janocko.
One thing, too, also, Indiana, they held their spring game during the NFL draft.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Andrew Janocko is the former Seahawks quarterbacks coach.
Yeah.
That will be his new OC.
They came over from Kubiak.
The Raiders.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. Jets are on the clock. We'll get their pick in next as you're listening to live NFL draft coverage here on 105.1 The Fan.
Otani-san.
With the second pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select David Bailey. David, linebacker, Texas Tech.
Field Yates, player profile.
Pass rusher David Bailey finished his college career at Texas Tech, a season in which he had 14.5 sacks. No player had more sacks than Bailey during the 2025 season. He's a violent throwback player who goes no gloves, no tape, just a whole lot of pass rush upside, and he was a gigantic reason why the Red Raiders made it as far as they did this past season. He totaled 71 pressures and 23 tackles for loss to go along with his 14.5 sacks while running a 4.50 40 at the 2026 NFL Combine.
All right, welcome back. There you go. Yeah. David Bailey, number 2 to the Jets. That is a little bit of a surprise.
A little bit. So everyone, the Jets were pretty much going edge rusher. So it was Vrabel-Rousini and it was David Bailey. Most people thought Vrabel-Rousini was the guy. The football nerds love Vrabel-Rousini because he's 20 years old and he's super versatile. So it's the idea of, can he be Micah Parsons? Ohio State never really found what to do with him. Is he an off-ball linebacker? Is he an edge guy? Is he a bit of a tweener? But potential, that's the one that everyone looks at and is like, my God, what could he be? The Jets went and said, no, David Bailey's the best pass rusher in this draft, bar none. No, I mean, he just is. He's an absolute game wrecker. And they went with the guy that's ready to play right now. And so while that is a little bit of a surprise, it was really a two-man race between Reese and Bailey, and they went with the more finished product.
Yeah, the betting market, I was following it because it was flip-flopping pretty much every day, and then right before the draft, Reese was a big favorite to be the number 2 overall pick. Yeah. So in the betting market, it was kind of a surprise.
And that's earlier today, Bailey was a big favorite.
Right, but Brett, yeah, I looked right before the draft. It was minus 245, Vrabel-Rousini.
And that's why this is kind of a fun draft. Like I said, outside of quarterback and tackle, there's really not a definitive one at any real position. There's just like, you can go one of two ways most of these spots. And it just comes down to, like I said, fit and what do you value? Do you want the guy that day one comes, you know what David Bailey is. Again, old school, no tape, no wristband, here on the edge, quarterback, go get quarterback. Whereas Reese, there's a little bit of that. Where do we want him? How big do we want him? Do we want to bulk him up? Do we want to play him all over? Do we want to just say, no, you're an edge and learn? And it may take him a year or so to really kind of get comfortable. The NFL, as much as they love athletes, can get scared of tweeners at time. The Isaiah Simmons of the world, where it's like, he's just this big freak athlete, but you don't really know what to do with him, and he's not necessarily dominant at any one thing, whereas David Bailey, again, sometimes we just like, see ball, get ball, go get it.
Well, it's always, I would imagine it's always hard when you have, like when you have to go down in history always comparing to, because it will always be Reese versus Bailey.
Yes.
And so that sets the Jets up, and knowing the Jets, how they always screw it up.
It's probably not going to be good.
I would imagine this is terrible. At the same time, though, I don't know, man. David Bailey seems like, dude, he was awesome in college, and that's not everything. No. But he just seems like kind of a can't miss.
I really like David Bailey a lot. I really do. But the fact that the Jets took him, it means that he will be garbage and that Vrabel-Rousini will be Micah Parsons, before you know it. Because it's the Jets. And that's what the Jets do, is they screw it up. Now, Arizona.
Yeah, what do we got here? So the pick is in. Titans will be next at 4. So we'll get the Cardinals pick here in a moment. They need pretty much everything.
They need everything.
Did they go Jeremiah Love?
Love was the favorite going into the draft.
If they do, this will be a giant mistake for the Cardinals.
Love's going to be good, but is that a mistake just because he's a running back?
It's a huge mistake.
What do you think they should do?
Eat your vegetables. Just take Maui Noah if you think he's the best lineman. If you wanted to go with Vrabel-Rousini or Sonny Styles, this is the beauty part if you're the Cardinals. You need everything. Them are the Dolphins. And so take a premier position. Whatever that is, whatever you think the best guy at premier position is, take him. Do not take the running back. Do not do the Raiders thing. It doesn't do you any good to add a dynamic do-it-all running back when you have a crappy O-line and no quarterback. It won't work. That's why I made the analogy. I'm not saying that the running back is the sprinkles. It's the last thing you put on the cake, but it's not the eggs and it's not the flour and it's not the butter. You need to have something formed. Like if the Commanders took him at 7, that I can get behind, right? You're ready to kind of go now.
Oh, Tony-san.
But not here.
With the third pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Jeremiah Love.
Wow.
Running back, Notre Dame.
Field Yates, player profile.
The most dynamic player in the 2026 NFL Draft is Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love, who after 3 seasons with the Irish declared for the NFL Draft. Love is not just a gigantic weapon as a runner, but also the best pass-catching running back in the entire class. He forced at least 60 missed tackles in each of the past 2 seasons, averaging nearly 138 yards from scrimmage per game in 2025. The icing on the cake for Love, he never lost a fumble during his brilliant college career.
Okay.
They
don't like you.
I like the player. I hate the fit. And as Stevie Brackets was telling you, the rumor is that what's going around is that you know who wanted to make this pick? It wasn't the GM and it wasn't the coach. It was the owner.
Oh, God.
And who has one of the worst owners in football?
Bidwell.
And this is one of those, you fall in love with Ashton Genty all you want. I don't care how dynamic you are. When you play with a ass quarterback and you have 2 of them and no O-line, you're just beating your head into a wall. So I just, if you're Jeremiah Love, I know you're excited to be the 3rd overall pick. This ain't where you want to be.
Is he a better prospect than Genty?
I think he is, but it's the because I love his ability to catch the ball, but he is not. Again, this isn't generational. This isn't the best running back we've seen, and running backs don't mean anything to bad teams. Breece Hall has been a really good running back. Doesn't matter. Running backs cannot function in crappy offenses.
Look at Genty. I mean,
yeah, I agree. Horrible pick. Yeah,
is the jury out on Genty, or do
it's unfair?
Right. It's like it's not all his fault.
Yeah,
he's with the Raiders.
Arizona,
they suck.
Like if you compare like him, Saquon, Genty, Saquon, Love.
Arizona has projected, I believe, the 26th or 27th ranked offensive lineman going into the year, and you're with Jacoby Brissett or Gardner Minshew. I mean. And for a running back that has short shelf life and has had knee injuries, I don't love it. But I get why they did it. Because the idea is that, like, are you drafting Bijan Robinson? But when Christian McCaffrey was in Carolina, how many wins did he mean for Carolina? Like, and Christian McCaffrey is the best running back we've seen come out of the draft in, 10, 15 plus years? And just doesn't matter. So if this really is the owner saying, well, I just am in love with this guy because I think he's super dynamic, then that's why the Cardinals stink.
All right, this is NFL draft coverage here on 105.1 The Fan. We are on number 4, and that will be the Titans, who are on the clock. They have about 3.5 minutes left.
I think we go edge here. I think Reese is probably the pick.
The Titans may have lucked out. Don't you think if they go with the Reese?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, with Love going off the board, the Titans are like, oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So they may go Sonny Styles here.
Yeah, it'll be a defender.
Yeah, because they need edge. They need some offensive line too.
I don't think there's an old lineman. I don't think there's a receiver that's going to be high enough for them. So I just have the feeling that whatever your best edge is, see Vrabel-Rousini, I'd be surprised if he doesn't go here. Very surprised.
Potential trade spot for the Titans?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Tennessee's a team that's got some leeway, and it's not like a win right now mode. And I think they need a lot of things. You need an edge. You need a receiver. You need O-line help. There's no running back that's high enough. Off-ball linebacker, again, if you wanted to go Sonny Styles. So I think, again, I would just say premier position, edge, offensive line, and receiver. Which one of those is your highest ranked? And I think Vrabel-Rousini is going to be ranked higher than any of those other players.
Does it matter Vrabel and Styles position? You know?
What do you mean?
Linebacker?
Well, Vrabel's not in Tennessee.
Oh, God. Yeah. Jesus.
He's in Rossini.
Wow.
I mean, everywhere, though. New York, Alabama.
Yeah. He is everywhere.
You're right.
Well,
by the way. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Actually, keep going.
On this.
That was a premature.
Oh.
Thompson. I got excited. We were talking Rousini and
Yeah.
Vrabel. and-
I am told that Diana Rossini has deleted her social media now.
Yeah, she shut it all down.
Oh, boy.
She's getting trolled really hard. Well, you can't come out and do the fake narrative and
Yeah.
all that, and then
Okay, now listen, she's been her own worst enemy. We know this.
Yes.
But at what point do we start to feel a little bad for how much crap she's going to get? Because it's probably endless.
I don't know, man. She's going to have to. I said take your vegetables if you're the Cardinals. She's going to have to eat some vegetables for a long time. She's going to be eating dirt for a while.
All right, the Titans pick is in. We'll keep it here, and we'll get you that one, and then we'll take a break. But after the Titans at 4, you've got the Giants 5th, Browns 6th, and Commies 7th.
This is where I think it could be interesting because I think the Giants or certainly the Browns, if someone wants to come up, you can come up and grab someone here.
Yeah, Giants needs both lines.
And they got 2 picks.
Oh, that's right.
They got 5 and 10 because they got rid
5
of
and
Dexter
10.
Lawrence. So
Yeah. They could use a corner, linebacker, and a wide receiver, too.
yeah. Again, a team with a lot of needs.
Yeah, and then the Browns,
they just want to trade.
they just want to – oh, really?
They want
I
out.
was going to say they just need good play. Well, they have a good defense.
They need an offense, but they are letting everyone know. Open for business.
Trade up.
Come on in.
Well, who would they be trading up for offensive line help at that spot?
Yeah, you could see if you wanted to go O-line or if maybe there was a specific receiver or if like a Reese keeps falling
Ooh,
or
receiver. There's going to be a lot of good receivers.
Yeah.
If somebody's ready to go on receiver,
Oh, Todd Esau.
that could be the spot. All right,
The
back to
4th
Pittsburgh.
pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State.
Whoa.
Field Yates, player profile.
Wide receiver Ohio State from Carnell Tate had to wait his time at the most stacked wide receiver room in all of college football and had a great final season with the Buckeyes. He averaged over 17 yards per catch with 9 receiving touchdowns in 2025. And despite the fact that he ran just a 4.53 40 at the NFL's Combine in 2026, Tate has real big play upside down the field. He's amongst the most pro-ready prospects with his excellent route running and his reliable hands, as he had just 1 drop in 2025. While not a player that had a ton of chances to do damage after the catch, he makes life easier for any quarterback with his route running, reliability, and his hand strength.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
A little bit of a shock.
I thought it was a little high for Tate, but I mean they don't have a good wide receiver room. I mean Calvin Ridley is really their only thing. They haven't had really anyone since A.J. Brown left. I just thought that was high. Like Tate is the least hyped of those Ohio State wide receivers, but I'll tell you what, maybe this is simply like he's viewed as a pro. He may not have the upside of some of those guys, but no one believes he's going to be a bust. And if there's one position and one school that you feel like you can trust in the last handful of years, it is wide receiver and is at Ohio State. And you get Cam Ward, the weapon, and a little bit of a surprise, but I don't think it's a reach. Like I said, when you're a team like the Titans, premier position, and you take the best one, I just would have thought that Reese or Malinois would have been higher ranked on their board, but not so.
All right, we will come back and we'll get you the Giants pick. They're on the clock. That'll be followed by the Browns. This is NFL Draft coverage here on The Fan. Let's go to Stephen with Sports Center.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, NFL Draft Round 1 is happening. First pick, Fernando Mendoza. Then David Bailey goes to the New York Jets. Jeremiah Love goes 3rd to the Cardinals. And then a little bit of a shocker here, Carnell Tate goes number 4 to the Tennessee Titans. We'll keep you updated on all the picks as they happen. Patriots coach Mike Vrabel announced he will not be with the team for day 3 of the NFL Draft because he'll be attending counseling with his family. Vrabel will be with the team, though, for the first 2 days of the NFL Draft. Oklahoma City Thunder Jalen Williams, he sustained a grade 1 left hamstring strain. He's considered week to week. Thunder up 2-0 in their series over the Suns. BYU wing AJ DeBonsa, he has officially announced he will be entering the NBA Draft. He's the favorite to go number 1 overall. And the New York Mets, they broke their losing streak last night, but now they'll be without shortstop Francisco Lindor, who will be on the 10-day IL with a left calf strain. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
All right, you're listening to first-round coverage of the NFL Draft here on 105.1 The Fan. Fernando Mendoza, number 1 to the Raiders. Just moments ago, we had a trade, so the Chiefs are now on the clock at 6. As you mentioned, the Browns were looking to get out of 6, and Kansas City jumped up. So we're still awaiting the 5th pick. The Giants' pick is in. We'll go to the podium when they announce that. But what do you think the Chiefs are jumping up to number 6 for?
Well, the Chiefs, I would assume wide receiver. Oh, Tony saw it. Oh, here we go.
In partnership with the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, TAPS, one of the NFL's Salute to Service partners, we are honored to recognize the surviving family of United States Army Major Paul C. Volke. Major Volke sustained tragic, fatal injuries while deployed in Afghanistan. He is survived by his spouse, Tracy, and their 2 sons, Andrew and Benjamin. Major Volke was raised in the Hudson Valley and was a lifelong fan of the New York Giants, a tradition he proudly passed on to his sons. Volke family, take it away.
With the 5th overall pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Vrabel-Rousini, linebacker from the Ohio State University.
Field Yates, player profile.
The most versatile defensive player in the 2026 NFL Draft is Vrabel-Rousini from Ohio State. He has extensive experience as a stand-up inside linebacker, but in 2025, under defensive coordinator Matt Patricia, took on a more prominent role rushing the passer. Specifically, he had 97 pass rushing reps in 2025 with 19 pressures and 6.5 sacks. While Reese slowed down in the sack department later on in the season, he is still a gifted rusher with extreme explosiveness and check-the-box measurables. Whether he is utilized as a stand-up inside linebacker or as a pass rusher or a bit of both, there is no doubt that he has all the tools needed to be an instant impact player at the NFL level.
Giants building a defense.
Yep. Well, and you don't know if Thibodeau's going to be there long term, and you can never
they traded Sexy Dexy too.
Yeah, you can never have enough defenders. Harbaugh loves guys like this, and he's a versatile guy. And a lot of people think that's the best player in the draft.
Yeah.
If you kick this ahead 3 years, a lot of people believe that right there is the best player that will come out of this draft. So the Giants sitting there at 5. You don't outthink the room, and now you knew Cleveland was open for business. Kansas City move up. I would assume with Kansas City, I would go receiver, or they lost their entire secondary. So the question becomes, is this a Caleb Downs sort of thing? They need secondary help. And, a versatile piece like Caleb Downs in that Spags defense, do they go with one of the corners? Although neither one of the corners is really viewed as truly elite. But I would think maybe it's a secondary or a wide receiver could be or go. Did they move up because Tate went and they think there's maybe a run on receivers coming?
I was wondering if maybe with Tate going 4, that scared the Chiefs to jump up and grab Tyson probably.
It's possible. If there's a receiver here, I think it would be Jordan Tyson. But again, keep an eye. I know that's, premier position, but I'd keep an eye on Caleb Downs. They need secondary help. To move up to get a secondary guy in this, and it sounds like they exchanged their pick and then 2 others, that would be a hefty price tag, but again, all it takes is, the Spags to love one of these DBs, and you could see where this goes. Now, McCoy, the former Oregon State corner in Tennessee, he's the number 1 corner, but the health issues, I think, would kick him out. So now we're down to Massenor Delane or Caleb Downs if you're looking for a secondary guy, or like you said, maybe Jordan Tyson, the receiver out of Arizona State, could be a fit here.
So Kansas City's pick is in. We'll go to the podium here in a second. The Browns drop down to number 9. We still haven't seen the details of that trade.
I think I saw it. Where did it go? So in exchange for pick 9, pick 74 and 148. So they swapped 9 in 6, and then they got pick 74 and 148 to move up those handful of spots. So that's a decent little thing to move up 3 spots. So whoever Kansas City wanted, they did not believe was going to be there in three spots.
So quick recap while we wait for the Chiefs pick. If you just get in your car, Fernando Mendoza, of course, went to the Raiders, number 1. David Bailey, the Texas Tech edge rusher, number 2 to the Jets. Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame, number 3 to Arizona. And then Carnell Tate, wide receiver from Ohio State, who, by the way, was wearing a tank top.
Yeah, little odd.
Under his suit, mind you, but, I don't know. He went number 4 to Tennessee, the Titans. He'll be hooking up with Cam Ward. And then Vrabel-Rousini, moments ago, the edge rusher of Ohio State, to the Giants. So the Chiefs traded up. Their pick is in, and the Commanders are on the clock. Wide receiver, maybe offensive line there.
And that's why I wonder, with the Commanders and the Saints being who the Chiefs jumped, I wonder if that maybe sniffs out the receiver thing a little bit. I wonder if this is indeed Tyson.
Right.
Even if maybe the secondary a bigger concern. I just don't know. Do you really have to move up those 3 spots?
Well, aren't there a lot of good wide receivers in
there? There is a lot of good wide receivers, and there's not a lot of great corners. There's a couple safeties. So I don't know.
You're right about Caleb
You don't need
Downs.
to move up to get Caleb Downs, I wouldn't think.
I wouldn't think so. But New Orleans and the command, I don't know. Their interior clearly said that someone in Washington and New Orleans was sniffing around the same guy they liked.
So you were saying 78 and whatever number. That always throws me out because I never know what freaking round that is.
Well, 32 picks, so third.
It's a third-round pick and a fifth-round pick.
Yeah.
That the Chiefs gave up.
Yeah.
To jump up.
So you're giving up 2 extra picks to move up.
With the 6th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Mansour Delane, defensive back, LSU.
Wow.
Field Yates, player profile.
Mansour Delane made the most of his lone season at LSU as he was terrific for the Tigers. He has good overall size for the position and ran a blazing sub 4.40 40 during his pro day at LSU. Delane is a man coverage corner technician as he has great technique, very good ball skills as well. He's an extremely disciplined player overall and is willing to get involved in the running game. The past season at LSU was simply dominant. Quarterbacks posted just a 3.9 QBR when they had targeted a player being covered by Delane, and he had more interceptions too than completions allowed of 20-plus yards won during the 2025 season.
Were they scared the Saints were maybe going to go there?
Saints or Commanders? I mean, the Commanders need help in the secondary too. So, I mean, I think that's a steep price to pay for good corner. I don't know how many people view him as like a generational guy, but this is one of those where I defer to the Chiefs. They draft good DBs, plain and simple. They know what they're doing, and they also cycle through those DBs from McDuffie to Steen. They have no problem telling secondary guys, hey, go get paid somewhere else. We're gonna draft. So clearly they thought Delane was the number one guy, and not only was the number one guy, but they were not willing to wait around. And this may go down to, again, the gap. If you believe McCoy, the other corner out of Tennessee, has health issues, and some people have him out of the first round completely, this may be one of those. They only thought there was one real elite corner, and so, hey, we got to leave the first round with him. We don't trust that he's getting past Washington and New Orleans, so we can find lots of receivers that we like just as well, but the gap between him and another elite corner, we're grabbing him.
All right, the Commanders pick is in. Saints on the clock. We'll get to those when we get back. You're listening to NFL Draft Coverage here on 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for a Ducks Report, the inside story on Ducks athletics. Brought to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
A little frail. That's what the rest of them call. I gotta be smarter about it, but this is playoffs, a man's game. Like, I used to watch this back when Michael Jordan was playing or whoever else when LeBron was younger. Like, it's just physical basketball.
That's Dylan Brooks. He's complaining about the officials and SGA and the whole thing.
God, why can't I think of the Suns guard?
Booker.
He went molten lava on him. And by the way,
they called him by name.
It was really bad. SGA shot 17 free throws. The entire Suns team shot 18, and some of those calls were dicey.
This is Ducks Report, yeah?
Mods.
Yeah, Mods Media. Well, you just play that because Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm seeing where you're going. Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
If you're considering new construction and want it done right and fast by a team that's focused on innovation, collaboration, and creativity, you want Mods PDX. At Mods PDX, we craft beautiful, sustainable, energy-efficient buildings of the highest quality. Our modular approach means your project can be completed faster than traditional construction, and our team of uniquely qualified architectural and trade professionals have the expertise and experience to make your vision a reality. Visit us today at modspdx.com.
The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota at Langdon Farms Golf Club, is back. Join us on Tuesday, June 23rd for a day of good times and mostly okay golf. The Fan Golf Classic is presented by Toyota and also brought to you by Henderson and Daughter Windows and Doors, 1-800-DIVORCE, and Matt's Barbecue. The 12th Annual Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
This is an NFL Draft Week edition of Primetime with Isaac and Souk, brought to you by Video Only. The 5 o'clock hour is covered by Mountaintop Metal Roofing on 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. The Fan.
Oh, Tony-san.
With the 7th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State.
Field Yates, player profile.
Linebacker Sonny Styles from Ohio State has one of the most intriguing trajectories of any prospect in the 2025 NFL Draft. After beginning his college career as a safety, Styles made the successful transition to linebacker and still has incredibly uncommon size. While some know him as the standout of the 2026 NFL Combine, during which he ran a 4.4 640 at 6'5" and 244 pounds, Styles is much more than just a workout warrior. He has a quick trigger to read fast in the running game, has extensive range, and he was one of the most improved tacklers in all of college football. He had a 97.5 tackle percentage in 2025, third best in all of the FBS. On top of that, he had 21 pressures on just 127 pass rushing snaps over the past 2 seasons.
All right, Sonny Styles.
I love Sonny Styles.
He's the 3rd Ohio State player to go in the top 7.
Yeah. How do they not win a national title?
God, no kidding.
Quarterback play.
Ryan Day back to sucking?
No, they just didn't have a quarterback. But I love Sonny Styles. Now, you can say that maybe he's a little bit of that tweener. He started as a safety, but he just keeps getting better and better. He didn't rush the quarterback this year as much as they did the year before, but he just gets better and better, and he's a freak. And I think if you're the Commanders, you tried to microwave it after the surprise season last year kind of went to pot. Just don't outthink the room. I think he's the second coming of Brian Urlacher, who also played safety and kind of didn't have a home. I think he's a better version of Brian Urlacher. Now, does he go on to be a Hall of Famer? But tweeners often scare me. I'm not scared. I think Sonny Styles is going to be a really, really good player for a long time in this league. And I think that's a very safe pick if you're the Commanders, and a smart pick.
This is the first NFL draft without an SEC pick in the top 5 since 2018.
Hey-o.
Damn. Yeah, we've got Big 10, Big 12, ACC, Big 10, Big 10.
A lot of Big 10.
Then your LSU.
And by the way, there may not. Yeah, LSU. Yeah.
Number
I was going to say. When's the first SEC guy? But I was like, oh yeah, that happened with the corner at LSU.
Yeah, so New Orleans on the clock now. We're expecting probably Jordan Tyson here,
I would
the wide
think,
receiver.
I would think everyone seems to be leaning receiver on this one, and I would assume, unless the health thing is a concern, with the edges gone, like if Reese were still here or Bailey, so New Orleans has been basically linked edge, receiver, corner. We mentioned the only really elite corner off the board, not one of the two elite edges. And I think what a lot of people had as the best wide receiver in this draft, and Jordan Tyson still available. Very surprised if this isn't Jordan Tyson. And if it's not, you would assume at that point you're talking about an injury, because that's really the only negative that Tyson has.
There was some health stuff with him, but I think if you just look at his tape, he's better than everyone, but the health stuff scares me.
And one of those injuries was he just got nuked in the knee. And like, it's a difference between like if you've got some soft tissue stuff as opposed to just having someone take out your knee. But a lot of people really like Tyson, so I'm guessing that is because, again, I don't know if there's an edge at this point that warrants that. There's not a corner. They need O-line help. That could be if you wanted a long shot. I guess it'll either be Malinois out of Miami. He should be the first O-lineman off the board.
So Carnell Tate going ahead of Reese, a little bit of a surprise?
Yeah, I would think so.
Or, I mean, going ahead of, did I say Reese?
You said Reese.
Going ahead of Tyson.
Well, either way, it's a surprise. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the idea of you just like Steady Eddie. Like, he's not. I think just people at this point trust Ohio State receivers coming out, and Tate is just viewed as one of those, you're not going, what do they say, ceiling floor type things. I don't think his ceiling is where Jordan Tyson's is, but I think people believe his floor is a lot higher. And so I think it's just a very, very safe pick that Tate can play. All that guy has done is produce, and at every level. The only thing is he's never been the number one receiver on his team. And then he went fourth overall. I don't know when the last time a guy went fourth overall that was not the number one receiver ever. He has never been the number one guy.
Yeah, we've talked about this. Like the number one receiver guys, like the big stud guys, they can be hit and miss, diva-ish. Whereas the best receivers, we pointed out, wouldn't we talk about a study about this? They've done a study, like the best receivers are the Puka Nakuas.
Yeah.
And these guys that are just great hands, reliable, great route runners.
He's not an idiot. He's got a great hand on his shoulders.
And that kind of seems like what Carnell Tate is.
The only question you'd have about Tate is he maybe not be the athlete that some of those guys are. Is he going to have a hard time separating? And he's never been the focal point of the offense. So he's always been a guy that's going to get the second or the third or the slot corner on him. And when you go to the NFL and you're going to be the guy, you're getting their best corner, and that will be an adjustment for him. He's never had offenses say, come hell or high water, we're taking you away.
All right, so we're going to keep it here for the Saints pick. We're thinking Jordan Tyson. We'll see. Their pick is in. The Browns are on the clock at 9. If you're just tuning in, they traded out of the 6th spot, got a 3rd and a 5th from Kansas City. So they are picking next at 9. And then the Giants are back up.
Commissioner letting them finish the verse on Sweet Caroline, clearly.
It's very polite because they're not booing him right now.
Or perhaps the band just not taking the cue.
That's funny. Yeah. That is really funny.
We see you, but this is our one shot.
With the 8th pick.
And there they are.
In the 2026 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State.
Field Yates, player profile.
Arizona State wide receiver Jordan Tyson is one of the most explosive athletes in the entire class. He finished up with 3 seasons at Arizona State after an initial year at Colorado. Good things happen when you get the football in the hands of Tyson, who checks in at just over 6'2" and 203 pounds. While he did not run a 40 during the pre-draft process, he's an explosive athlete who has the ability to do damage after the catch and vertically down the field. The injury Injury history was one of the questions that surrounded Tyson during the pre-draft process, as at different points during his college career, he dealt with a torn ACL, broken collarbone, and most recently, a hamstring injury. That being said, despite the injury concerns for some, there's no denying that Tyson is one of the most impressive and athletic players at a position that has become a premium one in the NFL.
You know, I haven't been watching close enough, but I think we have our first hot... Do we have our first hot mom?
Oh, we got Tyson's mom? Oh.
Now, you're supposed to be on top of this.
Sorry. I was looking at what was coming up next.
I don't know if that's his mom.
I would assume, right? Maybe we got a hot aunt.
I tell you, it's a problem when you don't know if it's the mom or the girlfriend.
That usually means it's a hot mom.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. If you're not certain, you'll know the girlfriend when you see her. Right. That means we got our first hot mom. Congratulations on Jordan Tyson on having a hot mom.
All right. So, we think. We don't know.
We think.
Jordan Tyson, as expected, to the Saints wide receiver. Okay, so we're going to take a break. The Browns pick is in. Then the Giants, Dolphins, and Cowboys, 10, 11, 12.
I'm guessing an O-line run is a coming here. If the Browns don't take an offensive lineman, I don't know what to tell you.
All right, we'll be right back on The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, NFL Draft Day 1 happening right now. Top 5, Fernando Mendoza goes 1. David Bailey out of Texas Tech to the Jets. Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame, goes to the Cardinals at 3. Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State, goes 4 to the Titans. A little surprise there. And Vrabel-Rousini rounds out the top 5 for the New York Giants. We'll keep you updated on all the picks as they happen. Oklahoma City Thunder wing Jalen Williams. He sustained a grade 1 left hamstring strain last night. He's considered week to week. Thunder are up 2-0 in their series over the Phoenix Suns. Trailblazers Spurs Game 3 is tomorrow from Moda Center. The big question is, will Victor Wembanyama play with that concussion? Well, he's listed as questionable on the Spurs injury report, while Damian Lillard, there is some hope and rumors he may come back. He is officially listed as out. BYU wing AJ DeBonsa, he is officially announced he will be entering the NFL draft. He's the favorite to go number 1 overall right now. And the Mets broke their losing streak last night, but they'll be without their shortstop Francisco Lindor, who's on the 10-day IL with left calf strain. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work. Insurance companies act like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at WarrenAllen.com.
The Fan. Who?
Football's football. The only way to get better at it is to play football.
Football's football.
All right, we are learning that football is football, and we got to run an offensive lineman, as you suspected.
Yeah.
We are covering the draft here.
It was flipped, though.
Spencer Fano, Utah, went number 9 to Cleveland.
And I really thought that was going to be Maui Noah, Francis Maui Noah, the lineman out of Miami. I thought Cleveland was going to go O-line. They just took a different O-lineman than I thought.
So he goes to the Giants.
Yeah.
At number 10.
Pick later. So, yeah, there will be a run on O-lineman. I think you're going to get 8, 9, maybe 10 of them in the first round. These were both kind of the elite tackles, although some people think Maui Noah may kick in and play guard or can. I don't love Fano as much as the next guy. He is an elite athlete. I just was never overly impressed. But again, people love athletes, and he is more of the traditional tackle body, whereas Maui Noah is more compact. So maybe that's ultimately why Cleveland decided to go that.
And the Cowboys have just moved up one spot for this number 11 pick.
Oh, it's the Cowboys now, huh?
Yes. Yeah. And the Dolphins moved back. Is that right?
Yeah, traded the Dolphins.
Yeah,
so
and Miami was a team that needed everything. So again, makes sense that they're moving down to acquire picks.
So what are the Cowboys doing here?
Well, again,
Reuben Bain,
Caleb Downs.
If you're thinking elite, the elite players, like a lot of the elite position guys are gone. Best receiver gone, best corner gone, best edge rusher gone. The one that's elite left is the safety. Is this Caleb Downs? Be interested to see, because there's not many of the truly elite, like number one at their position, that is left.
Okay, so the Cowboys, the pick is in at 11. Dolphins on the clock at 12. Then you go Rams, Ravens, Bucks, 13, 14, 15. Just a quick recap while we wait to find out who Dallas took. Mendoza 1 to the Raiders. David Bailey 2 to the Jets, the edge rusher from Texas Tech. Cardinals took Jeremiah Love 3, Notre Dame running back. Carnell Tate, Ohio State wide receiver 4 to the Titans. Arvell Reese, Giants. He's the edge rusher out of Ohio State. Chiefs traded up to number 6 and took cornerback out of LSU, Mansour Delane. Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State, goes to Washington at 7. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State, goes number 8 to the Saints. And he broke down.
Oh yeah,
on his
very emotional
on his walk to the podium. Spencer Fano, Utah offensive tackle, to the Browns, and then as you said, Maui Goa, Giants at 10. Cowboys, the pick is in, so we'll see what they do.
They need defensive help. I just don't know if there's. I don't think there's another linebacker edge. Do you ignore?
Is Bain?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how far does Ruben Bain?
Yeah.
Some people think Bain's a top 3 player in this draft.
His little baby arms.
I'll tell you what. It's why he's fallen. So I mean, is this Bain? Moving up though, this feels that they need secondary help. There's not a corner here. This feels like Caleb Downs, but I just don't know if there's an edge rusher here that they needed to move up to go get.
They're going crazy in that Dallas war room.
And that's the other one too. So to move up, and you're that kind of fired up, there's people that think Caleb Downs, like, you hear that there may be 3 truly special players in this draft, and Caleb Downs is one of them. So to get him at number 11, that's again further confirmation of why Dallas maybe wanted to go up. I just don't know if you move up for Ruben Bain or
you're right,
or then there's not another linebacker, and it's Sadiq maybe. Thieneman is 2 people, but again, that seems like you don't need to move up to get those guys.
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch. I think you're right. I feel like they're going to say they thought Caleb Downs was one of the best players in this draft, and we couldn't believe we got him.
And they're not wrong. This is one of those.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Another Ohio State stud.
I know, and yet they didn't win.
That would be what, 4 of the top 11?
Yeah. This will go, and they'll have plenty more still to come. This will go down as one of the best teams to never have won a national title, and again, it just comes down to quarterback play.
Dolphins are getting 2 fifth-round picks to move down 1 spot.
Okay. What do you think the record is for most players from the same team?
Some of those Alabama or Miami teams just, I think
those early 2000 Miami teams.
I think the most in a draft, was 14, if I'm not mistaken.
From the same team?
From the same team in one draft. I think it was 14.
What about first rounders?
I think first round's like 6.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
2004 Miami.
Yeah.
Matched by 2021 Alabama.
Yeah, there you go.
So Ohio State has 4 in the top. Well, if it's Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
They would have, 4 or 5? Yeah, 4.
Yeah, 4.
In the top 11.
So, yeah, Styles, Reese, Tate.
They got a chance for 2 more in the first round?
No. McDonald, their defensive tackle, could go in the first round, but it's kind of borderline. That'll be about it as far as the first round. They'll have a couple others that are drafted, but he's the only other guy that could possibly sniff the first round.
All right, we're waiting to get to the podium for Dallas. What else is going on? Diana Rossini has deleted her Twitter.
Mike Vrabel is going to rehab,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Well, not rehab. He's going to therapy.
But not until Saturday.
Yeah.
Counseling, guys. Counseling.
Boy, what is it like to sit there and tell your wife that you've been stooping a reporter for 6 years and that maybe you're the father of her child? How does that conversation go? What counseling? Dude, just write her do the Kobe Bryant thing, because Kobe, he bought like a $4 million diamond ring. So, Vrabel, is that what counseling is jewelry shopping? You just have to go and you got to buy like the car, the jewelry, sign over a house. Because there ain't no counseling that you're getting over. Yeah, sorry, honey, I've been sticking it to this reporter behind your back for 6 years and then lying about it.
6 years? I mean, it could be, just because the photos are from 2020.
That's true.
It could be way before that.
Oh, my God.
She's been around a while.
Yeah. Is it one thing to find out that you've been cheated on? Is it a whole other thing to find out that you've been cheated on consistently for
that long?
For that long?
Yes.
And that she named the kid after you?
Yeah, at the very least. Yeah, the kid's name's Michael.
Boy. He may take a fork to the eye. Don't go camping, Mike.
Do you think the Titans...
Otani-san.
Never mind.
With the 11th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Caleb Downs, defensive back, Ohio State.
Field Yates, player profile.
In just 3 years of college football, Caleb Downs established himself as a dominant player in two of the most prestigious programs in college football history. After spending a year at Alabama, he finished up with 2 at Ohio State, during which the safety helped the Buckeyes to a national championship during the 2024 season. He had exactly 2 interceptions in each of his 3 college campaigns, being utilized as both a box safety and, more occasionally, a deep middle of the field safety. While he may not have dominant size, Downs packs a ton of punch within his frame and is a tone setter with his physicality that can play in any scheme in the NFL.
Yeah, there you go. So the last real elite player is done. The only 2 positions left that don't have their top guy off the board, tight end and Sadiq, and guard, which is the only kid from Ohio State. Those are the only 2 guys left that would be number 1 at their position. But they said that this draft was about 9 to 10 guys of the elite guys were through that. Now it's going to get into a lot of, what do you think? Because we heard all the time that from about this point to maybe even 45, even 50, it is now all subjective. There is no more consensus on who number 2, number 3 is at each position. And so this is where things are going to get a lot harder to predict. I mean, we've seen some movement, and maybe guys higher than others, but it's the real cast of characters. We haven't really seen anyone yet that's kind of been like, oh, wow, I didn't really put him in this spot. I think you're going to see some guys fall, and you're going to see some guys jump up where you're like, boy, someone's going to go here in the next 6 or 7 picks that I'll bet you someone had as a mid-second round pick.
You got to hand it to Dallas, man. I mean,
they've drafted actually really well.
Well, that's as sure as, I mean, there's no such thing as a sure draft pick. That's about as close as it gets, especially at 11.
That works. I mean,
and their defense, with the holes they have on their defense, that's a great pick.
And he's a guy that can come in and be a green dot guy right from the get-go if you want. You can do so many things with him. And this is these sorts of versatile nickel players is what the NFL loves. Yeah. I mean, they're going to come out and be like, I've got the best player in the draft, and oh my God, and we're all drinking Johnny Walker Blue. And they're right. To get this at 11 and only have to give up, 2/5 to go up and get this? Look, you can't say anything bad about what they did here. That's a nice grab if you're the Cowboys.
Yeah, does he have Kyle Hamilton vibes?
He's not Kyle Hamilton's a pterodactyl. He does have Kyle Hamilton vibes, but he's not the athlete and he doesn't have the range. Kyle Hamilton is one of one. He's a freak. But Caleb Downs he's a poor man's Kyle Hamilton, and he just doesn't make mistakes. He just isn't the freak athlete and the size that Hamilton is.
Yeah, they just answered the question I was asking. Ohio State getting 4 guys in the top 12 is tied for the most ever for one school. It did not say what other schools, but it's tied. So
interesting.
Yeah.
And yet they didn't win.
Yeah, Cornell Tate. What's interesting is like their best receiver, like the number 1 guy for Ohio State, the guy that went the highest for Ohio State, wasn't even their best receiver.
No.
He's still in college.
He's still in college.
God.
That's how talented that team was.
Yeah, so Cornell Tate, Arvell Reese, Tate to the Titans, Arvell Reese to the Giants, Sonny Styles to Washington, and Caleb Downs to Dallas. So Miami is on the pick is in for Miami. We'll get to that in a second.
And they need everything, and
then the Rams are on the clock.
So,
what do we think Miami's going to do? Probably another receiver?
At this point, you're just taking the guy that's highest on your board. Like, you need literally everything. So, I mean, this comes down to, like I said, this is where it's going to get way harder to predict. Is it Ruben Bain? Is it Sadiq? Again, do you go with Ione, the elite guard? I mean, you could go a million different directions. Now, receiver, again, Mekhi Lemon, do you think he's the best receiver left?
Oh, Tony-san.
Let's find out.
With the 12th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Caden Proctor, tackle, Alabama.
Field Yates, player profile.
Caden Proctor is a 3-year college player with 40 starts in 40 games. He played 2,537 snaps for the Alabama Crimson Tide, all of them at left tackle. He is a gigantic man at 6'7", 352 pounds, with exceptional natural athletic ability. His foot quickness and fluidity is not common for a player of this size. The big question mark with Proctor is not his power. He is like a human forklift, but his consistency and his foot quickness. Some of his bad snaps from the 2025 season left evaluators asking questions, but some of his best snaps from the 2025 season screamed potential franchise left tackle at the NFL. The right offensive line coach is going to be key to the development of Caden Proctor.
I think he's a bust.
Yeah.
I don't like him at all.
Second SEC player in the top 12. Why don't you like him?
I think we, as an NFL community, we fall in love with the enormous human beings, and I don't. He moves poorly.
Well, he wasn't that good in college, was he?
I think he has crappy feet. He gets beat by non-elite edge rushers. I think he's going to have to move inside to guard. I think he's fat. He's 340. He should not be 340.
Well, he's one of the reasons why we thought Alabama was going to be so good, and he was also one of the reasons why Alabama wasn't as great as we thought.
They couldn't run the football.
Now, to be fair, it's not like I watched every snap of Alabama, but anytime I watch O-linemen, I cannot begin to tell you how unimpressed I was with him, and not against elite players. Like when you watch Penei Sewell, you're like, okay, yes. Every time I watched Caden Proctor, because he was one of those like prodigies coming out of high school where they're like, oh my, I never saw it, not once. And now you're going to a place in Miami where there's a lot of distractions, and it's on a piss poor team, and you're going to say he's your blindside protector. I'll just tell you, that's not one. I just don't like it. I'll never be one that says, and you're a must, you can't miss, or you're a bust. But if I'm a betting man, I do not bet on him. Think of this with O-lineman. He reminds me of, remember DJ Fluker out of Alabama? Remember Alex Leatherwood? There's a lot of Alabama linemen that are these enormous human beings, and they can't move their feet. And I don't care how big you are, if you can't move your feet in this league, you don't succeed very well, and he can't move his feet.
All right, the Rams pick is in, and then it's the Ravens. We'll be right back with more NFL Draft coverage live here on 105.1 The Fan. All right, we're having a little fun here. NFL draft is going on. The Rams pick is in. We are waiting to go to the podium to hear about that. That's the 13th pick. They will be followed by the Ravens at 14, maybe Sadiq, and then the Bucks at 15.
The Rams don't need anything. They're in a win mode now, and so, I mean, they solved their big issue in their secondary, I guess, O-line here. You could always use O-line help, but they don't really need anything. So, I mean, I'm guessing this is just look at your board and best available. So could you see a Mekhi Lemon here? Could you see a Reuben Bain? Could you see a Kenyon Sadiq?
Receiver seems like it may be neat with Puka, his uncertainty, Devontae Adams getting up there.
Devontae Adams getting old.
Like, that would be the one spot. I think you mentioned Lemon.
Yeah.
Seems like that actually might be a good spot.
So Mekhi Lemon, Denzel Boston, Amari Cooper, just kind of a run of those receivers that could be the next guy depending on who you like. Concepcion at Texas A&M, I love. If you trust him to catch the ball a little better, maybe the best athletic guy of that class. So you just really could go anywhere here with the Rams.
I think Lemon would be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think of him on the next level?
I like him a lot.
Like, he's shifty.
Yes. And he's not as small as you think. He's
not.
Yeah, he's like 5'11". He's not quite 6 foot, but he's a guy that even at his size, he can play outside and in. I think he's very versatile.
Doesn't he just seem like a Rams kind of receiver?
Yes. And just with McVay, you almost trust when they draft an offensive guy, it's just going to work. And again, uncertainty with Puka, and you could actually make the argument he's kind of a poor man's Puka Nacua, and Devontae Adams is not getting any younger.
That's a good point. I forgot about Nakua's got all kinds of issues. He's in rehab right now.
Yeah, this could totally make sense to go with Mekhi Lemon here.
Yeah,
would totally make sense.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for that. Do you think the Ravens go Sadiq?
Boy, I'll tell you what. Tony-san.
13th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Ty Simpson, quarterback, Alabama.
Wow. Ty Simpson is off the board, and he is a Los Angeles Ram. We will break that.
We have our first.
Oh, we've stopped. They didn't even have the vignette ready for him.
We have our first what?
Yeah, they're like, just talk. We don't have it ready.
Dude, but you just said it, though. When Sean McVay drafts an offensive guy, he loves Ty Simpson.
Boy.
No way.
That is. Wow. There's always one, right? There's always one, what the F. And this is the definition of what the F. This might be the biggest what the F.
Does it change your mind now? I'm kind of like, Ty Simpson might be good. Sean McVay likes him.
Yes, that's what I was just saying.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell Sean McVay what to think of quarterbacks. Holy God. Although I would like to point out that Kyle Shanahan's the same way, and he loved Trey Lance. So no one's perfect, and he's not going to play right away.
What a spot for Ty Simpson, though.
If you're Ty Simpson, you should be thanking Tom Cruise, Buddha, Allah, God, all of it, that you just landed in the perfect spot. You're not going to have to play for at least a year. You get to learn behind one of the great quarterbacks of your generation. You get handed a bevy of weapons, and you get to suckle at the power teat of one of the best offensive minds of the last 30 years.
Wow.
In a team that is in a Super Bowl win now, like right now, you probably have another year of Matthew Stafford. There was no other tools in the shed for you to grab and play.
Well, like you just said, they have everything.
I guess.
So they're like, why not?
Well, I mean, look, you have to have a transition plan from...
Screw it.
You have to have a transition plan from Matthew Stafford. So maybe because you don't need anything, this is your transition plan. You know, the scuttlebutt is that Burrow may be forcing his way out of Cincinnati, and that maybe that was one where the Rams would go down that road.
And to your point, Rob, this pick was from the Falcons originally, so they weren't even supposed to have this pick. So it is kind of like an extra pick. Like, we don't need anything. Maybe we do need to get the succession plan.
Yeah.
Well, that GM's done a hell of a job, man.
Yeah,
Nobody really talks about Snead as much as, like, you always hear about Howie Roseman, but man.
Yeah, it was an extra, I don't know other than I defer to Sean McVay, but somewhere Dan Orlovsky is touching himself and will for the rest of the evening.
He's probably taking credit for Simpson going so high.
I would not have. I would have not have believed that one. That's a head sewn to the carpet moment. But
all right. So the Ravens are well, actually their pick is in, and then the Bucks are on the clock. But Ravens could go. They could go Lemon.
I would like Sadiq here. I think it'd be
He
fun.
would fit.
I think it would be fun. They lost one of their tight ends to free agency. This could be a fun little. This could be a fun
Andrews
little
is getting a little older.
Andrews is getting old.
They need a weapon.
And Sadiq is a willing blocker. Like, he's not the best blocker, but he'll mix it up in there. And just the creativity that you could use him along with Lamar and Derrick Henry, I would like to see where. I just think this could be a fun little situation.
Okay. Bucks on the clock. Then it will be Jets again. They took David Bailey, number 2. And then Lions, Vikings, Panthers.
I'm still trying to process
and the Cowboys.
I'm still trying to process the
worst pick, Caden Proctor or Ty Simpson.
Well, I hate Caden Proctor, so
Carnell Tate.
I'm going to say Caden Proctor, but the Ty Simpson one just shocks me. I can't hate on it though, because again, there's just certain guys that I just will defer to.
Okay, so here's a question. Here's a quarterback question for you. You're taking futures: Mendoza with the Raiders or Simpson with the Rams.
Oh my God! I honestly think I have to take the Simpson with the Rams.
Yeah, he'd be propped up.
I'm just a big believer of organizational, and I have no faith that the Raiders aren't going to screw that up. So, yeah, I mean, you just defer. You just defer. He is walking into such a good situation, and he's not going to have to play at least for a year. As I know they extended Stafford, but dude, those extensions mean nothing. Stafford is a year-to-year sort of guy, and I also wonder too if this means to Stafford that I'm done in a year. Like, to go with that.
Well, they've probably already talked about
that.
It,
would be my guess, and that this may just be the writing on the wall of Matt. You got 1 year. We're going for this, but at the end of it, thanks for coming. You want to be done, and we're ready to move on.
You know who's upset right now? Stetson Bennett.
He's got other things to worry about. He ain't the future there. Yeah. That's because you draft a guy 13, he will be the heir apparent. Unless he just is terrible in practice.
Oh, Tani-san.
With the 14th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Olai Vavenga Ioane, guard, Penn State.
Field Yates, player profile.
Vavenga Ioane logged 32 starts and 44 career games at Penn State, taking at least 7 snaps at all 5 offensive line positions during his college career. His natural home, both in college and at the NFL level, is as a guard, as he is a great frame with thick, powerful cannon arms and a strong core. In a class that lacks blue-chip players, he is not just one of the safest, but also one of the best. Over the past 2 seasons, Ioane did not allow a single sack. In 2025, he had 2 pressures allowed and just 1 penalty. He hasn't been called for a hold since the 2023 season. He's efficient in space, he's extremely powerful, and one of the most reliable prospects in the entire class.
Love it. It's a perfect fit. I know we were kind of thinking Sadiq, but the Ravens haven't had an elite guard since Marshall Yanda retired, and they lost their big stud center. Most people think that this is the best offensive lineman in the draft. It's just he plays guard, and guard isn't one of those premier positions, but there's not many elite premier positions left. And outside of maybe Sadiq at the top, this is the best guard in the draft. This is the best offensive lineman in the draft. And what do the Ravens always want to do? Play downhill bully ball. This just makes sense. This is a perfect Ravens draft pick.
Yeah, you can always count on the Ravens to just be smart.
Yep.
You know?
This is what they say, like, eat your vegetables. I know, everyone wants their cake, and this is the Arizona Cardinals. Honestly, if you're the Cardinals, this is a better pick for you at 3. Maybe not from a value. That's a better pick. You have to bake the cake before you get to the icing. And for the Ravens, who already have a lot of the little toys to play with, this is... Plug this guy in at one of your guard spots, and for the next 10 years, it's great. And also, kudos to the NFL for waking up that the interior linemen are starting to get paid and being viewed as valuable. Because it used to be that it was, give me 2 elite tackles and then 3 whatever. And that look at what Gray Zabel did for the Seahawks line last year to stabilize it, and he's a better prospect than Gray Zabel.
All right, the Bucks pick is in. We'll get to that one next. Then it's the Jets, Lions, and Vikings as our NFL draft coverage continues. Here's Steven with SportsCenter.
Now, From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, NFL Draft Round 1, coming in hot and heavy. Of course, number 1 overall pick, Fernando Mendoza, going to the Las Vegas Raiders. Couple shocking picks, though. Carnell Tate goes number 4 to the Tennessee Titans. Caden Proctor, number 12 to the Dolphins. And then Ty Simpson, the quarterback out of Alabama. He goes number 13 overall to the Los Angeles Rams. We'll keep you covered with all the picks as they happen. Oklahoma City Thunder forward Jalen Williams. He sustained a grade 1 left hamstring strain. He is considered week to week. Thunder are up 2-0 in their series over the Suns, but maybe without Williams the rest of the series. Trailblazers Spurs tomorrow night, game 3. That series tied at 1 as well. The official injury reports have come out, and Victor Wembanyama is officially listed as questionable with that concussion that he sustained in game 2, while Damian Lillard is officially out. Milwaukee Bucks there finalized a deal with former Grizzlies coach Taylor Jenkins to be their next head coach. BYU wing AJ Debonsa has officially announced he will be entering the NBA draft. He is the favorite to go number 1 overall there. And the Mets, they broke their losing streak last night, but now Francisco Lindor, he lands on the 10-day IL with the left calf strain. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Oh, Tani-san.
With the 15th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Reuben Bain Jr., linebacker, Miami.
Well, the fall is over.
Okay. They've stopped doing the vignettes, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't some guys just seem like he just seems like a Tampa Bay guy.
I could see that, being big, physical. I was kind of thinking, Buckley actually texted me and said, when does his slide end? I was thinking 17 to the Lions. They don't mind a good pocket crusher. Obviously the arms are a real thing, and people don't think he's big enough to play on the outside, and he's more of a power guy. I could see him being successful at a place where he doesn't have to be the best pass rusher. He can be, like I said, a power rusher where he just kind of crushes the pocket. And he's a really talented guy. Again, it just comes down to his size. And so anyone that, that said, well, arms don't matter, well, they do matter. That's why that's the only reason he's sitting there at 15 is he's viewed as having T-Rex arms.
And it's another win now team, and you throw that guy just in a mix of guys, as you said.
Yeah.
Perfect kind of fit there where you don't have to rely on him to be your down, every down guy to go after the pass rusher.
So makes sense.
All right, so that puts the Jets up next at 16.
The Jets, Jets.
A couple of big first-round picks for them. So they took David Bailey earlier, so they have their the edge rusher.
Yeah.
Maybe they go receiver.
Again,
do they go corner?
This just goes back to who's elite. So this is going to be the one guy. The one guy, and again, I don't know if this fits receiver need, but there's one player at the top of his position. Well, that's not true. Center. So the best center is still on the board, and the only other position is tight end. So do you go Makai Lemon here? Is this where Jermon McCoy, if you're not concerned about his injury, former Oregon State and Tennessee corner? Or do you go with the last elite player at his position? Because the thing about Sadiq is more receiver than he is tight end. I mean, yeah, he's a willing blocker, but he's not really an inline tight end. He's a guy that you can split out and do some different things with. So do you take, whether it's Makai Lemon, or do you go with Denzel Boston, or do you just say, hey, why don't we get, instead of the fourth best receiver, why don't we take the best tight end?
Yeah, I had to rack my brain to think about who the Jets quarterback was. And it's Geno.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, they got rid of Fields. Wait, is it Tyrod? It's Geno.
It's Geno.
Is Mike White back? Or?
Well, if I'm Sadiq, I don't love that.
They still have Breece Hall. And they have
Garrett Wilson.
One of the Ohio State receivers. So
they did draft Mason Taylor last year, who did a little bit. So a tight end.
No, that's true.
So
yeah,
maybe Makai Lemon on the other side.
Yeah.
Lemon and Wilson.
Yeah,
that's pretty nasty.
Yeah, I could see that.
Of course, Geno will throw 30 picks trying to throw it to him. But
so again, this is where the part of the draft,
especially if they're close in the end of the game, they're close. That's when they'll throw the interception.
It's just so hard because we're just, like I said, we're done with the elite guys. So now you're saying, all right, well, who's the third best corner? Who's the fourth best receiver on your board? And it's just really hard to know.
All right, so we're going to get the Jets pick in here, and then we'll break. After that, Lions at 17. Yeah, offensive line or edge rusher.
I would think offensive line would work. Maybe Freeling out of Georgia. They lost Decker, and they are a Dan Campbell-built team, physical up front. Otani-san.
Let's go to Pittsburgh.
The New York Jets select Kenyon Sadiq,
there you go.
tight end, Oregon.
Nice.
Field Yates, player profile.
It's not an exaggeration to say that Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end from Oregon, is one of the most athletic tight ends to come out of the NFL draft in the past 20 years. He was a 3-year player for the Ducks and essentially a 1-year starter on the offense. He led the team in special teams snaps played in 2024 before leading all FBS tight ends in receiving touchdowns with 8 in 2025. Sadiq is a capable and willing blocker and run after catch force with 4.39 speed and a vertical jump of 43.5 inches at the combine. He did have 6 drops in 2025, but in the right scheme, he can be an absolute weapon to a talented offensive play caller.
All right. Well,
and a guy that, again, I think that addresses some of your wide receiver need. And again, you mentioned Mason Taylor, but so many teams now are running more of these 2 tight end sets, and he's more than just a tight end. He's a guy that you can do multiple things with. I think he's a fun little kind of tool to play around with. And no offense to any of the other receivers, but I don't know how much of a difference there is between now a receiver you're going to get here or in the middle of the second round. And there is a giant gap between Stowers, the next tight end, and Vanderbilt and Sadiq. So this, again, from a value standpoint, this just made sense. If you're taking an offensive weapon, Sadiq is by far the best at his position compared to what else is out
The only problem was, as Field Yates said, he could be really good to the right play caller. Well, Frank Wright is the offensive coordinator for the Jets. So
No way. Frank Reich?
I had to look it up, and they had
Frank Reich?
It doesn't
Frank Reich.
matter.
So
that whole staff will be
It
fired.
doesn't matter.
That whole staff will be fired next year, and he'll get a whole new. The Jets are going to go with a new quarterback next year. This will be the worst team in the league. They'll have the best, one of the top 2 picks, whole new staff, and a brand new quarterback.
Who are the top 2 picks next year? Quarterbacks.
Well, it just depends. I mean, Arch Manning's going to be coming out. Dante Moore is going to be coming out. Supposedly, people think this is going to be a really, really good quarterback class.
Arch Manning to Kenyon Sadiq.
Could be. Or Dante Moore to Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah, the Ducks connection. All right, we'll take a break. We may get 1 or 2 more in for you. The Lions pick is in at 17. Vikings on the clock at 18. NFL draft coverage continues on 105.1 The Fan.
The most fun day of golf. Field the Eights. Player profile.
Clemson right tackle Blake Miller is amongst the cleanest plug-and-play starters in the entire 2026 NFL Draft. Miller was a 4-year starter for the Tigers at right tackle, playing nearly 3,700 snaps and showing steady growth throughout his college career. He has very good size with a nearly 84-inch wingspan with light feet and an improved demeanor from his freshman through his senior season. He still needs to add more play strength that shows up in pass protection. Blake Miller has one of the higher floors this year's class.
Okay, so that was the Lions pick. We came in a little late.
Tony's on.
Oh, damn it.
No, I just wanted to put it in there.
Oh.
Well,
I didn't get a play as the pick happened.
Hey, Blake Miller girlfriend, what do you think?
You sure that's not sister?
No, I'm not sure.
Well,
actually, you're right. It might be sister. It looks just like the mom.
It could be O-line girlfriend too. We don't always, we don't always hit it out of the park.
That's not very nice.
Well, it's
by
true.
the way, that was the Make-A-Wish kid.
Yeah.
That was not Roger Goodell.
No.
Roger Goodell.
Knew the Lions were probably going to go tackle. Just didn't necessarily think this. Lots of other guys, at least 3 or 4 other tackles that are, in general, more highly thought of. But as they said, Blake Miller may be the safest. He's not going to be great, but he's plug and play ready. He will be their starter at right tackle from day one.
Okay, that puts the Vikings on the clock, and things are slowing down now, by the way, because their pick is... Oh, no, the pick is in. Okay. They just put the pick in. Panthers 19, Cowboys 20.
A lot of Thieneman, I've heard,
For the Vikes?
is a fit here. They love rangy safeties.
Well, I think
they love white safeties. Harrison Smith's been there forever.
White safeties, yeah, and he's getting long in the tooth. Thieneman here would be a really good fit for the Vikings.
Isn't there someone... Caleb Banks.
Oh, they went Banks?
Well, I think there's someone breaking
someone's breaking the picks?
early, and he said Caleb Banks, but he's the Florida defensive tackle.
Yes.
To the Vikings, but I don't know if that's right.
Well, we're about to see.
Yeah, we are about to see. Oh.
Yeah, it was. They literally didn't warn me. They talked right through Roger Goodell on the broadcast.
They're cruising now.
Get it right, Goodell. All right, well, Caleb Banks, if he stays healthy, people think he can be the best defensive lineman in this draft. He just is never healthy. Freak athlete, huge size, great motor. I guess he's a really hard worker. He just hasn't played a lot, and because he's always hurt. So that's a ballsy pick. He is an enormous human being that moves really well. I think he only played like maybe 2 or 3 games at Florida last year. So this is 100%. We think we can turn him into something if we can keep him on the field.
You know who's getting really dragged right now?
Who?
I was just kind of checking the pulse, the vibes. Miami.
No.
And you hate Caden Proctor.
I hate him.
They took Caden
hate's
Proctor.
a strong word, but
You don't like him as a prospect.
I do not. And for a team that needs everything, and I mean everything,
well, that's why they're getting dragged, because they are now going to be linked to Caden Proctor, of course.
Yes.
But they also passed up Caleb Downs.
Yep.
That's why the Cowboys were going so crazy in their war room. It's like, dude, they gave us that pick to go get Caleb Downs. They could have easily used Caleb Downs or drafted Caleb Downs. But also Bain. So Downs, Bain, and Sadiq were all available, and they took Proctor.
Yeah.
That's why, and again, this is why the draft analysis is kind of stupid.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows we don't know yet. Let's let it play out. But at the same time, that is teed up for Miami to be dragged for years.
And if you're taking a guy just because you think he's a bit of a project and he can turn it into something, there's a guy at Arizona State, Ina Char. There's this tackle at Arizona State that, again, he's played football for like 3 years, and he's like 6'6", 330, and he's a dancing bear. Phenomenal athlete. If you're just taking a guy because you think you can turn him into something, go with the athlete. Go Lamu out of Utah. I will never understand people that fall in love with big, slow-footed tackles. It just doesn't make any sense. He's my first guy on the whole draft that I said, if I had to say who's a bust, I'm just going to put a big circle on him. And I said, somewhere in the preseason, mark my words, your little notes, there will be a report out of Miami that he is really struggling and he can't stay in front of anybody. That'll be in camp preseason.
Hold on, let me put that in there. So right now I have 2/27, February 27th. Suk said Deion Sanders steps down October 17th, citing health reasons. Very specific. On April 7th, I said Jed Fish's next job will be worse than the UW job.
Which I love.
On the 17th of April,
Jed Fish gets me hot.
Steven and I both said Chauncey Billups will not serve time. You said Chauncey will serve time between 9 and 18 months. Now I'm going to add this one here before we sign off. 423. Suk.
Caden Proctor.
What did you say? Suk says Caden Proctor.
There will be reports out of training camp that he cannot keep anyone in front of him and that he's getting beat like a drum. The panic will set in halfway through training camp in Miami about him. It won't take long. He is going to get cooked by NFL edge rushers. Absolutely smoked around the edge.
Okay, I got it down.
And we'll start does he need to play guard? And if that's the case, take Ione, the guard out of Penn State, who's 10 times the player that Proctor is. Who's going to be a guard eventually.
Officially logged.
It's another reason I hate the Dolphins.
By the way, I got to report one other, so we got to go. So Carolina's pick is in, but who cares about the Panthers anyway?
Yeah.
One other sports note.
Sports.
Siege did it again tonight.
Yeah, a game winner, right?
Game winner.
Sort of. Yeah, like with 12 seconds left, he hit a shot over Josh Hart. Former Blazer over former Blazer.
Look at that. Blazer on Blazer crime.
Siege.
Should have never traded both. Keep them both.
So he's hit he's actually hit technically the game winner in all 3 games.
Huh.
But the first one didn't count because it was after the buzzer. It was at the half quarter. And then, although I think that would have just tied it. But he hit the big one in game 2, and now he's hit the big one in game 3.
We need him back.
Why the hell did they trade him?
We need him back. We owe the GM bro an apology.
So you think Olshay's just sitting there just like, oh.
Yep, him and Dan Orlovsky are touching themselves tonight.
All right, thanks for listening to our draft coverage. Guess what? More draft coverage coming up next. We're back tomorrow at 3/7. Thank you, night.
Red Chip